This and all episodes of the podcast have been brought to you by our generous patrons over at Patreon, the DayZ Podcast. If you're interested in finding out more about how you can support the show each week, then please click the link in the description down below to find out more information about Patreon, the DayZ Podcast. Thank you for your support. What am I...
Is this fucking thing on?
There we go!
Hold on, the nurses just need to take this fucking thing off. Give us a second. Fucking
oh, Jesus.
I thought you were going to drop the strides.
Wouldn't be the first time, I'm sure.
It's nice to see fucking Brimstone's got his real face on instead of that Halloween mask he normally wears.
Cheeky bastard.
So yeah, I had this massive thing of hot sauces that I just keep in the fridge, man.
I got 3 bottles in my cupboard. I'm definitely not on your level.
Is that what you use as lube, is it?
Oh, speaking of lube.
Oh no! His lovely shiny bald head, I love it.
Benjamin, how you doing, buddy? We've missed you the last couple of weeks, mate. We know you've been flat out busy though.
I have indeed, and I've had 3 of my kids' birthdays this month as well. All on the days when the podcast has been.
Mate, February's my bad month. I've got Valentine's Day, then 7 days later my missus' birthday, and then 3 days after that my son's birthday. It's fucking just come up to February, man. It's like, oh my God. Thank God it's not January, so close to Christmas. It'd just be, ugh.
Ludicrous. Oh, crikey. Right. What are we on now, boy? What's this, episode 33? 32, 33
is correct, sir.
33. Look at me remembering things. I'm definitely
getting professional now, like fucking hell.
I wouldn't go that far. I appreciate the compliment, but I certainly wouldn't go that far.
Hey, Rayyy, we've got a problem, mate.
Yeah.
Party is missing.
You got
the holes. Yeah. I use this to have some fun.
That's one of my favourite things. It's such a random thing, but it's one of my favourite things in Rayy's chats when someone new comes in and just goes, "Why have you got holes in your shirt?" And they don't realise the actual reason. And they you see people just trying to. You can hear that. You can sort of imagine their brains ticking.
It's just living glory holes. That's what it is.
I'm saying nothing for my own safety. I'm saying nothing. But yeah, we are here, episode 33 of the DayZ Podcast. Obviously, myself, Brimstone live. Wiidevil as always coming and keeping us company, as well as Boydie and our very, very special normal guest, the most sick, disgusting piece of shit on Twitch. Perfect guest for the Halloween special episode, the wonderful UncleRayRayyy. Welcome on in.
Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, like he says, I'm UncleRayRayyy. I'm a sick, disgusting piece of shit. Don't look at me too long, you might get AIDS of the eyes.
I actually understood all of that.
There we go.
I was thinking I was going to have to speak the Queen's English so you'd understand it. Hello, we'll chat.
I am very much I've been looking forward to this for ages. As a fan of Rayyy, obviously I've been looking forward to this. Perfect that we've managed to get it done on Halloween. But yeah, the fact that I'm hosting just means it's going to be funny watching Boydie's eyes glass over every half an hour. This is going to be incredible. But how's everyone getting on? How are we all? Are we all upright and breathing at the very least?
Doing good, mate.
Are you streaming at the moment, Rayyy?
No, I'm not. I'm flying natural, mate. I'm not streaming, no.
You're welcome to if you want, mate. That's up to you.
I'll roll the punches, I like to keep it breezy.
Have you got your new PC stuff all sorted? Are you still waiting on the graphics card?
Don't get us started on that.
Oh, mate, I know. I've just had this issue as well yesterday.
So basically, I've got an entire new PC ready to go because I stream and play from a laptop, which is like the worst thing ever. So I've got an entire new PC to go, and I'm waiting on the 3080. And you look everywhere, and you can't get one, no matter how much you fucking look. And as soon as they come into stock, they're like gone like that. So it's impossible. It's impossible. I'll be looking next year, the latest, the soonest, Stephen.
Oh, bloody hell! I didn't realise they were going to be that in high demand. That's a bit mental, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
have they fixed the issues with them? Wasn't there issues with the 3080s?
No. What it was, there was some claims of what it could overclock to, right? And then when people got hold of them, they couldn't overclock them that far. so they were complaining. But
I thought
they're
there
not
was something
supposed
to
be
do with some
overclocked,
chip on the
so
back of them.
I've not heard anything about that.
I'm sure.
I think
Maybe
they've-
someone
I
in
think
chat can.
I
post
did
it
hear
on-
that they had a couple of small issues here or there with like things like performance not quite being what they were hoping and expecting. But I think they pretty much, I think they released like a patch, like a hot fix patch for people to download, especially for like the NVIDIA ones and stuff for shadow play and things like that, and it fixed them. But
Wingnuts is saying the chip issue was related to the overclocking.
oh well, there you go. Yeah, it's a little bit above my my scope of knowledge. Right, let's sort this bloody light out because.
As long as it works, I don't care. I just need a graphics card.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah, it's quite annoying as well as a viewer to sort of know that you're so close to having everything set up and having everything different, and you're just waiting on that one last thing. I'm like, oh, come on, give the guy a break.
Well, the plan is once we get this new PC, we're going to release like new alerts, new sub badges, new emotes, fucking YouTube channel, all that shit just comes together. But I just need the PC to do it because this laptop cannot handle it. It'll just explode. There's been too much dodgy
Mate,
things
the fact
downloaded
that
on
you
it.
managed to get so big just using a laptop is fucking a credit to you, mate.
I mean, it's all right laptop. It's got 1060 in it, but it's not good enough to go. See, if I ever did want to play a different game like Grand Theft Auto or whatever, the laptop just couldn't hack it. So I mean, I love DayZ, but sometimes you don't want to get just fucking all your chestnuts into one basket. You know what I mean? You want to fucking branch out a little bit, and the laptop won't do it. So yeah, I need a better PC.
Oh, especially with games like GTA, it's a very, especially when you're online and stuff, it's very, very intensive on your system.
I mean, I probably wouldn't last one day on Grand Theft Auto. I'll get banned straight away.
If I haven't managed to, then you should be all right in theory. And I'm a proper arsehole, so it kind of works out.
I'm not going to lie. I'm probably getting about 70% of what you say, and guessing what the other 30% is.
Maybe I do speak quite quick. I can slow it down a little bit for you.
Slow it down and talk into the microphone.
Okay, I'll talk like this.
I'll say, don't give him ideas for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah.
Rayy ASMR. Could be a thing.
That's got to be done.
Actually,
Look
did you
into
guys
my
see
eyes, Brody.
Did you guys see my little clip that I posted, the Borat one?
Oh, is that your face on it?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I had some happy times with it.
I went and cried. Not gonna lie, I was a bit. I felt traumatized.
Cried tears of joy, yeah. I saw your eyes light up when you saw that gif.
I'm saying nothing for my own safety. I'm saying nothing. But yeah, it's been a hell of a week this week. We've had so much going on, and obviously with your streams and everything, Rayyy, you seem to be going from strength to strength at the moment. A lot of one of the things I quite like about your streams is you've got such an active and engaging audience in your chat. Like you don't. It almost seems very rare that you get lurkers. You seem to get quite a lot of people. Obviously, everyone's going to get lurkers, but you seem to get quite a lot of people that are really active in your chat, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like because everyone gets because the mods are shit hot on it. When people come in the chat, they welcome them straight away, and then all other people in the chat are sort of talking to new people, which has helped me a lot. Because when shit's going down in stream, you're not concentrating on the chat. You're trying to murder people and stuff. And if you're not saying hello to you guys, they might come and go like that, and you haven't even realised they've been there. So I feel like the mods don't get enough recognition, and this is not just from me. I feel like every single mod on every single Twitch stream needs more praise because they do it for free at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
But some streamers take their mods for advantage, or for granted. The shit they do, you just wish you could do more to thank them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do send them dick pics, but I don't know if that's welcome or not.
Mod me.
To be fair, I think there's a few of your mods that probably wouldn't have a single issue with that.
Yeah,
I've spoken to a few of them. They're
Actually,
perfect.
if you are in the mood for sending out dick pics, our resident dick pic aficionado Ben would love to get them.
We're still waiting on that OnlyFans link.
It's too small for him. He likes the big ones.
Oh, the big peepees.
Big dick energy.
Well, I think a lot of it as well, part of it to a degree, is the commands you've got in chat as well, like your prolapse command, your you know, your aroused command and things like that. I was infinitely proud this week of jumping in your streams. On one day I hit 100% aroused, and on the following day I hit 69% aroused. You have no idea how happy that made me. I've been trying for that for years, man. I was so happy to see those numbers.
It's when people hit arouse and they get underneath 10% and everyone starts going, "We should uninstall Twitch. Get off Twitch. That's pathetic."
The worst part is it seems to be Big Rush G.
Thing, or does it work off of how long
I mean, I think it is a true representation of how aroused you are, but it might be random as well.
It's just brilliant. I love the fact that Nightbot has that feature. You can use that you can set things like that, you know, because it's unique to your channel, but it could be changed for other channels. Yeah, other channels.
You can do it for anything, yeah.
Yeah, for other sort of percentage chances and things. You can use them for, you know, to tailor to your specific brand and your idea for your stream. I think it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's good to see that all those people that are so active in chat, so many of them are active using those commands. And then, like you say, you get someone that gets under the 10% on the aroused one, and it's normally Big Rush G, the poor sod, you know, and everyone's just immediately pile on like, why the fuck is it that low? What's wrong with you? You know, and it's just that bit of banter. And I think you don't tend to find that many places. You know, it is very unique to a degree. You know, every streamer's got their own sort of, you know, community and their own sort of little things they do within the community. But, you know, it seems it's good to see it so active in that unique way in yours.
Rayy's chat's high energy. Rayy's chat's high energy from the moment the stream starts. You know, some streams start and the chat's just dead. Yours is on fire before the intro's even done.
And you know what I like? The best thing about Twitch chats as well, this is just coming from when I watch Twitch chats or also when I've been involved in them, is when, like, it's not all about talk. You get a lot of Twitch chats where they're just trying to talk to the streamer all the time. Like, they're trying to address the streamer. But when you get those chats that where they're interacting with each other and you don't really need to be addressing the streamer as much as you do each other, I like that better than I do just ones where it's solely talking to the person.
You remind me so much of Lax Hawthorne, mate. Just with the energy in the stream, the production level, the intros and stuff like that. Have you ever played with Lax?
I have done this. This is going back probably 2-3 years now. I did like a while ago. Haven't done recently. Not for a long while, but I did. I did used to play them fairly regularly.
You two need to team up again and just go on DayOne Livonia or something and just cause fucking chaos.
Well, this is a thing. I know you've been talking about the DayOne servers a lot, saying like, is it going to fucking run itself out and stuff? And I can see where you're coming from, because when I'm playing on it, you do meet the same people quite regularly, but there's two sides of the story. Either that's going to become stale and you're going to get fed up of it, or you get all these like little sub stories where you meet these people and you go off on different adventures, and depending on who it is, you can either betray them, team up, or murder them, or torture them, or whatever. So you've still got like the opportunity to create like storylines based on the person you meet, if that makes sense. So I can see where you're coming from. You're meeting the same people over and over and over, but then at the same time you're building like a repertoire of all these variety of stories that depend on the person you meet. You know what I mean?
I think some people are doing better at keeping that server and Livonia different and entertaining. Others are running out of things to do and it's getting stale for them. But for people like yourselves and a few others, they're just keeping it new all the time.
Do you know what I hate as well is when someone meets someone. I'm not going to name any names, but two people meet each other and you know they're not going to betray each other. You know they're not going to murder each other. I like the sort of like the unknown. So if you meet someone, you might murder them. You meet someone, you might team up with them. Like I like to not know what's going to happen. Whereas if you get two certain people and they're going to meet up, you know they're just going to go fucking wandering off down south, masturbate in a bush and build a campfire or something. And that's boring to me. If you know what's going to happen, you need the unknown. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I love the unknown.
And I think one of the things as well is that with those servers and with your streams as well, is it's sometimes I sit there and I watch it and I'll just have my feet up and I'll just be like, I'm really enjoying it. And then I think I'll come back the next day and watch the next stream. And I think, fuck, like, how is this not like it's so well done, like the way it's all done, especially with those DayOne servers.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sit there and I sort of think, how is this not scripted? Like, I know for a fact it's not scripted, but it's weird. It kind of blurs the line a little bit because it's, because of the way it's presented and the way it's done, especially with the uniqueness of those servers. I'll sort of sit there and I pick up characters, and then I'll jump into someone else's stream and they'll bump into that person, and it's the same person. They're not any different. And it's almost like a weird. It's like when you watch a TV show and they have a crossover between two TV shows, and two characters come in and meet in the middle, for different reasons. And it's the fact it's not scripted is it really blows my mind sometimes. And I think those DayOne servers really, really help foster that in a weird way as well.
I mean, I don't mind people who script content. Like, if you want to script shit on YouTube, that's up to you. I don't give a fuck what you do. I mean, as long as you don't come into my channel and say the same thing, I don't give a fuck what you do. Why would I? But in regards to that, I like going into the server and literally doing the first thing that pops into my head, because you can't replace originality and or like organic stuff. Because stuff like that, you can't script. No matter how much you think about it, you can't script something that can't be scripted. You just meet someone, do the first thing that pops in your head, and maybe torture them brutally and make them uninstall the game.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, doesn't seem to happen hugely, thankfully. But I love it when people do get proper arsey. And the best ones is when you just like run into Brenner or something, and you get some random person you haven't spoken yet, and the second you speak, no matter what voice you're doing, you speak and they go, "Oh, fuck this, I'm not dealing with this again," and they try and run off down the road.
I had it yesterday. I bumped into two people who I know both of them, and as soon as they heard my voice, even though I put a different voice, they're like, "Fuck this," and they just ran away.
Well, that's the thing. You've got so many sort of voices and characters, so to speak, that you can do on show. I mean, obviously you got Timothy from South Africa and various others. How do you sort of come up with all these, various? Because some of them seem to be so on the fly that that I don't think I've got the mental capacity to come up with that.
With the characters and the things I make up, like a lot of it's just I'll see a word mentioned in chat and I'll make the word into a character. So someone said honk in chat and that created the honk cabbage. I just started running around going honk cabbage in people's faces, and then that stuck for a while. The Timmy from South Africa one, I don't know where that came from. Someone asked me to do American accent. That's why Chad started. So I started going, "Oh, totally bodacious, dude," and then killing people. So they just come out of nowhere. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just pops in your head and I just go with it.
It's brilliant watching it though, because you get the odd person that doesn't realize just murdered you, just Adam, or you've just murdered them. They don't realize, and then they come back. You hear their voice, so you change yours, and they don't realize. And it's different when you're sort of sat watching the stream, because obviously you're watching it all unfold. You've got that fourth wall break to a degree. You know it's happening, but like seeing the other people in the game that just don't realize that Chad is actually RayRayyy, and you've just betrayed them and cut them up and fed them to their friend, and you think, "Oh, they how are they falling for this? They're going to fucking die."
My chat here. What do your neighbours think goes on in your household?
What neighbours? I live in Bukaki Asylum. I don't know what you're talking about. What I was going to say, I was going to say is, the top tip for anyone who's trying to betray someone with a different voice: change your microphone volume, because I was screaming, shouting at me. Then I'll change my volume down to pretend to be someone else, and they don't realize it's me. Because the prime example is they always go, "Oh, that can't be him. It's not the same microphone."
Oh, nice! I like it. Yeah, so like in game when you hit caps lock, just press up on your arrow to change your actual. Yeah, I like that. I never thought of that. I'm gonna have to remember that because I can't do accents to save my life.
That's a top tip for betrayal. There you go. That's a free one. It's a free one.
That's a good tip.
Uncle RayRayy's top tips. So let's have a little chat about your sort of your growth on Twitch, because like Boydie said, it's pretty remarkable that you've got to where you are today, with a laptop essentially. And I think that's a testament to you as a creator as well, that you've managed to shine through the fact that you're sort of kind of at a disadvantage almost in a way with that. You've still managed to push through. So what's it been like for you as a to see that sort of growth, knowing that you are in that sort of I don't want to say necessarily disadvantaged because it's not necessary, but you get what I mean. You've managed to grow so quickly, especially in a world where your kind of content and your kind of personality is not normal, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I started on Twitch, because I played DayZ for a little bit before that, and then you were bumping into people and were saying like, you should stream. It's funny and shit. And I was like, well, I don't know what streaming is at the time, so I went into Twitch, looked around a couple of streams, and then I just went from there. And originally I was on the Xbox, so I didn't have a fucking camera, playing on the original Xbox on DayZ, and at the time it wasn't just like a KOS fest. People were actually talking to each other, so I was running around like making people bark like dogs and stuff. And then ended up murdering them anyway. So I kind of went from there, and like I would say in the last 3 months, the viewership I've been getting has surprised myself. Like the last 3 months, definitely it's went up a lot, because I feel like, especially playing like on the DayOne servers, you bump into people and then they hear about you, and it's like a snowball effect. Whereas if you play on servers that you might not meet people on that are streamers, your name might not get out there necessarily. So I'm not saying do it for the clout, but by accidentally meeting other people and then knowing people and then knowing people, it gets you a higher viewership, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so I think it's like that's helped.
That natural word of mouth, that natural growth. That, you've not had to go out and pay for view bots or any of that shit.
Oh fuck that! I don't get view bots. I don't get it. Like,
no,
you're sitting in the chat with 250 people, and no one's fucking talking. What is the point of that? I don't get it.
Yeah,
you're sitting there like murdering people, and no one's even saying it. Or it's those fucking view bots that say the same things over and over again. And again, I don't get it. Like, if you're gonna get viewers, get real people in.
Yes.
Fuck view bots. Anyone who view bots is a piece of shit, in my opinion. I hate them.
Yeah. Well, I know, Ben. You've had some sort of. I saw on Twitter you called someone out for that exact thing a few days ago, earlier this week, didn't you?
Yes, I noticed I've been getting raided off of a guy quite regularly, like over the last 2 weeks, and he dropped like 83 viewer raids, and I'd not get one single change in my viewer number. So the last time he did it, I thought, I'm going to go and check out his channel. And I just looked over a couple of his VODs, and it's just fucking bots in the chat just talking irrelevant shit. And his the VODs look like he's a recording of somebody else's stream, and he's just playing it. So he's not even attempting to stream. And I don't know why he chose to fucking drop raids on my channel. So I just banned him and reported him.
Because that can fuck you over as well. If they think you're view button as well, even though you're doing it by proxy, that fucks you over. So I don't get the mentality. I don't get mentality between view bots. I don't get follow for follow. Either like someone what they're doing, or you don't like it.
Follow for follow is useless.
I wouldn't follow someone just because they follow me. I'd follow them because I liked them, or I liked what they were doing. Simple as that.
Well, I know Foxypote has had issues a couple of months back where he got was it follow botted. So he was streaming, and then all of a sudden he's just loads of people came in, and he just had a massive like following, and it went up by like several hundred followers.
Yeah, I remember
in the space of like a minute, and I know he was quite annoyed with that because he's worked quite hard to try and get to that 2,000 follower mark that was his goal, and then obviously he smashed it with this. Suddenly, getting follower botted, and it really annoyed him.
It robbed him of an achievement that would have been genuine.
And
that pissed him off, and that made me respect Foxy even more.
Yeah, and the thing is as well is he is a very good streamer and a very decent person, so he is fully capable of hitting that 2,000 mark and going further on than that on his own. He wouldn't need any sort of. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't need any sort of help or any fucking about like that. He's going to smash his goals quite easily. So, to see someone like that that had to deal with that crap is a bit shitty as an outside perspective, really. But looking at your channel as well, Rayyy, I've noticed as well, like you said, you've been quite surprised by your viewership growth over the last sort of over 2020, And looking at your sort of stats and things like that, looking at the amount of followers you've got, and obviously being in your chat quite regularly and seeing the amount of concurrent viewers you get in your chats, and when people then raid you and it adds to it, surely you've got to be getting ever closer to that fabled Twitch partnership by now.
I'm not the type of person to bullshit people. So if you're going to ask us a question, like I'll say I've hit partnership numbers, and I've been hitting it for like a year of partnership. So the partnership numbers I've got have been like quite consistent. So I've been 75 and above for probably a year now. But I don't know. On one side, I don't really give a fuck about partnership. I don't care if I get it or not. But on the other side, I would do it for the chat, so we get more emotes. And the one thing. Fuck this thing. Did you hear that?
Saw it, but didn't hear it as much.
Alright, anyway, what's this? Yeah, I would do it for the chat because you know the main thing that pisses me off as an affiliate is when you try and start your stream and you don't get the fucking the quality options, so everyone's got to watch it on the mobile at a certain setting and it buffers every 2 seconds. So the only reason I would want to get partnership was to make it better for the chat. I don't give a fuck about extra money or anything. I really don't care, but yeah, I would like to get it for that reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I say, I'm not bullshit. I've been hitting partnership numbers for a long time now.
Look at those numbers, mate. That's just constant, steady growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Twitch, the rules are so fucking vague, you don't know what they want. Someone could have 75 viewers, but the face fits and they get partnered like that. Or there could be someone with 200 viewers, and because they're slightly more fucking off the wall and maybe swear a little bit, they don't get partnered. So the rules aren't consistent. It's just, if whoever reviews your application, if they like it, you get through. If they don't like it, you're going to be waiting. Simple as that. That's what I say.
And that's the thing, isn't it? I think because your kind of content is so unique and is, you know, not safe for work, should we say, or in some instances not safe for life. You know, it's one of those things where I think we can all agree we would love to, you know, to wake up one day, open up Twitter and see it pop up UncleRayRayy's hit partner. You know, we would all love to see that, you know, but it, like you say, it does worry me that there is that situation where, you know, you could get to the point where it is whoever reviews your channel and sort of goes, oh, this person's a little bit weird. I don't like that so much.
A little bit.
Well, trying to be flattering, you know, but it is because I think you have, like I say, you have worked extremely hard over the last few years to get to the level you're at, you know, and I think you do deserve to hit partnership, but it does worry me that you know that there's that possibility that you wouldn't necessarily hit it, and I don't know what the rules are. Like from what I remember, I think there was a rule a few years back. I don't know if they changed it, where if you applied for partnership and they failed to give it to you X amount of times, you no longer qualify for it or something. I don't know if that's still wherever.
I'm no idea, but I know if you apply for it, you gotta wait 3 weeks and then apply again because they want to see a steady growth. Well, what it does say is if you've got 20 viewers, if you fluctuate between 20 and 200, for instance, they don't like that. But whereas if you're getting 75, 80 constantly, they prefer a steady stream of viewers rather than going up and down, fluctuating.
Do you feel you're a bit edgy for them though?
Probably, yeah, 100%. I'm quite prepared to never be partnered. I'll put it that way. I'm quite prepared to never be partnered. Like that's just being realistic because of what I do and who I appeal to isn't the. Do you think they would ever put me on Twitch fucking on the main screen? What the fuck? They would never put me on the main screen. Exactly. So
I think they would partner you. I definitely think they would partner you. But yeah, you're right. I don't think you're ever going to be on main. Like
exactly.
Oh, I would love that. I would love to turn up one day and just see Sacriel's not there anymore and it's been replaced with Rayyy.
Oh fuck yeah, I would.
Can you imagine?
But the sentiment that you would rather stay unpartnered and keep your stream the way it is 10-10. That's all.
I've said this. So someone asked me, was this about a year ago, if you could get partnered and change the way you were doing it or stay the course and do what you were doing, what would you do? And I've always said I would never fucking sacrifice my principles to get partnered. Either I partnered my way or no way. I either get partnered the way I'm doing it or don't get partnered at all. So, like, I'm not going to suck anyone's dick just to get partnered. I fucking either do it my way or no way.
You clearly enjoy the way you do things, right? Obviously, you clearly enjoy it. Yeah? And if you had to change for partnership, I think you wouldn't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, because then you're changing to fucking suit the agenda then. If you're doing it your way, I'm having fun. I love what I do. I love fucking murdering people and then shouting and swearing. Why would I want to become someone who I'm not?
That's what's made you unique as well.
Yeah.
The high energy you put into your streams and your character is what made you unique. If you took that away just to be partnered, I think that
and then it just
gets
become one of many. You just could become the face of many then. One of many.
Yeah,
same as everybody else.
I think I've got Kaiser HTTC in my chat.
Oh, Kaiser.
A regular RayRayyy viewer, and he's brought up a very good point. You know, main feed RayRayyy, they put porno on Ninja's channel, so why not RayRayyy?
Yeah.
No, at the end of the day, when Ninja did that move over to, was it Mixer? You know, there was literally hardcore pornography being shown on his channel after he stopped using it. And Twitch were like, oh no, we don't know how that happened. It was a glitch. It was something dodgy. But if let's be honest, they quite clearly did that because they were pissed off that he'd left and went to Mixer for a shit ton of money. But it's like you say, if they're going to do that, if they're going to have shit like that going on, and a lot of the shitey other, stuff that happens on Twitch, exactly. It makes.
That's what you're looking for.
I would much. It's weird to say, and I never thought I'd say something like this. I would rather watch a crazy Geordie man stream from an insane asylum than some bird with massive tits. I know how my time is best spent.
I'd rather watch a bird with massive tits than you, to be fair.
Well, I can't blame you. I can sort of push them together a little bit next stream, but that's about the best you're going to get.
But yeah, I get what I mean. Like, I've seen fucking videos of people kicking cats, using racial slurs, and they're all fucking partnered. So I don't get the system, but I'm not gonna bend to the man. I do it my way.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to be. Like you say, you are authentic with it. You know, you're not, like you said, you're not sort of changing the way you do things. You're not watering down your content to make people happy. You know, you adjust your content to make your viewers happy, but you're not like you said, you're not sacrificing your principles, or you are literally doing it your way. And I think that is the best way, to do it. But like I say, your streams being so unique as well, that I think one thing that we've spoken about before, not only with you but with Lax as well, is that the starts of your streams are so unique. You've got those awesome, intros, made up of clips. Some of them from your older setup, not as flattering, with the living room
as well.
Before your face got a little bit warmer,
I'll stop you there. It wasn't a living room. That was a green screen, and then I took the green screen down. And now we can see the real background. So the living room was a green screen. You know what I mean? The living room was a green screen to lull you, to make us look normal, and then I took it down, and now you can see the real background.
Exactly, and I think it works out better as well. But like I say, your intros are so unique because they've got those unique songs, and it's like kind of works out well because I see in Boydie's chat you've got the genius behind the tunes there, Kamito in the chat.
I was just about to say big up Kamito D&B. He's the guy who does all the songs. He's put basically what this fucking guy, what he did was he went through all my streams, got all the clips of all the funny parts, serious parts, betrayals, and then he's the one who makes the intro video, so he just puts all these clips in. He's got them all fucking formatted and shit. It's just like blows my mind how creative that guy is. I love him, and I appreciate everything he's done.
I've linked to Kamito's Bandcamp website there, where you can go and get the songs, listen to them, buy them, and download them if you can, because they are genuinely fun. I mean, I'm not into the type of music that he's created, that sort of genre personally, but I fucking love those songs so much.
Because he does drum and bass, and what I've got is hardcore music. So he's actually changed what he does to do for the stream.
Yeah. My favourite by far is I'm Normal, the one at the bottom of the page. Now.
I'm not.
It's such a banging tune. It's weird to think that I could genuinely imagine like going to like Ibiza or something and someone playing one of those songs. Like it would work. It genuinely would work.
Kamito told me he knows someone that wanted to take the songs to Ibiza, and I don't know where that's going to happen. But imagine fucking all these kids. I'm not.
I would immediately be buying a plane ticket and going and making a mess of myself for a couple of weeks to that. That would be absolutely hilarious.
Because the songs are really well done, to be fair.
I just love the fact that I just noticed there as well that it's 69 pence.
Yeah.
Perfectly marketed.
Yeah.
I think the songs and the intro, part of the reason why there's the beginning of your stream is always lit with hundreds of viewers already, because nobody wants to miss the beginning of that stream.
Yeah,
I've the amount of times I've tuned in just to hear and watch those clips is unreal.
Yeah,
It's funny because it is like a mini YouTube video prior to a stream. It seems like such a weird concept, but it really worked.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the intro's like, I don't know, like again with the intro thing, it just came out of nowhere. At first there was the dancing, and then it became the video, and then it became the video and the dancing, and then it became the video and the dancing, and try and get the timing right. And I'm normal, which community always says I never get it right, but I feel like I hit it every single time. Like the I'm normal part of the start, he always says I get it wrong.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. I just love the fact that with those clips, it is like you say, it's so clever how it's been done. Not only the songs, but the actual intros as well. To go back and find such awesome clips. You know, like you bump into so many people in game, and it's always funny when you have that language barrier between the UK and other foreign countries, because there's that brilliant clip you've got in your intro of the honk cabbage bit, and the guy's like you're trying to get the guy to say it, he's like, what? And you're like, just honk cabbage, and he there's that pause for a moment, and then he says it, and then there's just maniacal laughter, and it kicks in again, and it's brilliant. It's so well edited and so well done. I wish that my streams were anywhere near as interesting, so I had the opportunity to make something similar.
The thing what Kamito did as well was with the I'm Normal song and the honk cabbage song, all the honk cabbages and I'm Normals are from people who are in the chat. So we said to everyone, send in fucking clips of you saying I'm normal, send me clips of you saying honk cabbage, and we just put them all into the song. So it's like it's not just like it's not just our songs, it's like everyone's songs, everyone who took part.
That's a smart move,
it's
mate.
like,
that's really
it's like a community. It's a community project.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's absolutely the best way to do it. But like we've got Ben here, who's obviously well known as the owner and creator of the Blue Waffle Attack Force servers, some of the most popular gaming community. But you yourself, RayyRayyy, for a little while had access to, or had a server with your name on it, the Boom Boom Room, which as you know, we all enjoyed thoroughly personally. You know, so talk a little bit about that. What gave you the idea to start that in the first place, and what was the sort of driving force behind it all?
Well, fucking with the Boom Boom Room, I was playing the typical. This was actually, I started playing Blue Waffle Attack Force just before I went to the Boom Boom Room, and I think I said Blue Waffle was what I'd been looking for, but I didn't realize it existed. And by that stage, I'd already set the wheels in motion to do my own fucking server, so it was too late. But anyway, I was sick of running around on PvP servers, not finding anyone. Like running to Electro, running to fucking Kamishovo, running around, not finding anyone for 30, 40 minutes, which, like, what I'm all about is finding people interacting, whether that's just murder them straight up or talking to them. And it was getting a bit stale, so I was like, right, let's fucking make a server where everyone spawns in Electro, Cherno, or Kami, and there's custom military zones, so you can get the guns and you can find people like that straight away, and you get straight into action. There's no fucking around in woods for 7 hours. So that's the reason we did it. But then, I mean, I'll just be honest, fucking hats off to anyone who runs a server, because running the server isn't for fucking me. People are saying, I've lost my loot, I've lost my car, and I'm like, I can't be fucking bothered with this, I just want to murder people. I can't be but yeah, like, having a server just wasn't for me. So anyone who fucking does have a server, hats off, like, it's hard work. It really is fucking hard work.
The amount of clips that I have, that I managed to make like 3 YouTube, like shitty, but still YouTube videos, literally purely out of clips that I've had from my streams and offline gaming on that server. Like during its busy peak times, like trying to get people together. I think one of the best ones by far was the we had people like Jill was on, and like, I bumped into Jill in Kamishovo, recognized her voice straight away, and then as soon as you rocked up on the Bukaki bus with everyone else, she didn't half give you shit. She was like,
I love Jill.
She was vocally belligerent, and it was fucking brilliant. And they were driving up the road and just randomly shooting people out of the bus, and I'm sat there like, please don't shoot me. Please, I want to get to the end of this bus. And then you just did like a fucking, like some sort of no-scope 360 with a pump-action shotgun. And all of a sudden I had the "You Are Dead" screen. I was like, fuck.
But it was so awesome. That's part of the lore of RayyRayyy. You never know where you fucking stand with him.
Yeah.
You just don't know where you stand with him. So
My favorite clip ever from the server was we had fucking 5 or 6 people on the back of a truck, and I think you were on there, Brimstone, and fucking Jimbo Slices there, and we were driving around murdering people, and he was fucking. I was fucking dying because every time he was shooting people, he was going, oh. And he's like, I'm the meth dealer now, bitches.
Yeah, because he kept standing up trying to shoot, but then because the vehicle was moving, it would jot him and he'd fall off the back of the car just as we were coming into Electro. Oh, the best thing I've ever seen, that fucker. I'd forgot about that. That was brilliant. But that's the great thing. I really do miss that server because it was so unique and so different. I get why you don't do it anymore. Yeah. Because like you say, I help out with a server myself that's, you know, definitely nowhere near as busy as Boom Boom Room was, and it's such a ball ache. And I'm sure Ben will attest to it. You know, as much as I know Ben is passionate about his server, and I can't imagine trying to do anything close to what Ben does and what you did.
In the last couple of weeks, isn't it, Ben? Just trying to take care of things with your server.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on, so catching up with that as well. That's it's been busy. Streaming and running a community in a server is hard work. Like,
do people come in your stream and complain about the server? Because I was getting that all the time,
constantly, mate.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this. That's why I was like, fuck this. I can't be bothered with it. Like, people come in and complain about it. I was like, fuck that. So yeah, I can imagine what you get.
Like you couldn't run because your streams are way more popular than mine. You couldn't maintain your stream without your mods. I couldn't maintain my server and stream without my server admins. Without them, I'd be screwed.
Yeah,
they're fucking ace.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? It still amazes me to this day. I've been on Twitch, not as a streamer as such, but in general for about close to 10 years odd now as a viewer and everything. And it still amazes me. It shouldn't do, but it does. It still amazes me that there are literally people who will sit there and watch your stream for 12 hours or however long you're playing, and they will literally take on essentially a job. They will take on an extra role outside of whatever they've got going on their private lives. You know, it's their time to relax and chill out. They've just got home from work. They see Rayy's gone live, and immediately people like Miss Fu and so many others will sit there and just quite happily engage with everyone, do whatever they need to do. You know, whether it just be like, say, just chatting shit to people, or whether it'll be actually the serious side when someone pipes up and gets a bit lippy, they'll deal with that quickly. And it still amazes me that there are so many cool people like that will sit and do it completely for free. And I know for a fact that if you were to offer to pay almost any of them, they would turn it down. Be like, nah, mate, it's good. I'm just here because I want to be here anyway. Yeah. It still amazes me that exists in the world, especially when you think it's a gaming community as well. You know, the gaming community in whole, regardless of the game, can at times be quite toxic. But I think you're one of those people as well that really, we speak about sort of the drama and the toxicity that happens within the DayZ community at times on the podcast, but you seem to be like in that little bubble, a few others like Happy Bombs and others that completely fucking avoid it. Like, you don't get involved like on Twitter or anything with the drama. If someone's hacked or cheated, or with the Milo stuff or JLK stuff back in the, like, you were nowhere near it. You are literally like a drama free zone, and I think that's really rare.
I mean, I've got that fucking thing popping up again.
Here he goes.
Have a look on your Streamlabs, Rayyy. Above where your mini feed is, there's a picture of a speaker picture.
Yeah.
Click that and it should go back with a line through it. Yeah. That's what I do. It'll still you'll still get the followers in your mini feed and stuff, but it won't.
I mean, I'm sure the followers are enjoying the fucking thing popping up and licking the toilet seat.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so fewer people have that sort of thing in their stream. Like, most people, when they get into streaming, they'll go on to Owned TV or whatever other website, and they'll download and they'll use like Streamlabs alerts and things like that, and they'll use ones that are already there and built in. But you've literally got basically everything completely customized to you and to your stream.
That's where it should be. I mean, you don't want to be the carbon copy of someone else, because if you're using those free alerts, someone else will fucking have them. So what's the point of that? The whole point of Twitch is, to me, you've got to stand out and you've got to be unique and you've got to be original. And I think to stand still and be the same as someone else is stagnating yourself. So like obviously Brimstone, you've just upgraded yourself and you've got like different things happening. So that's going to stand you out from someone else. Like why do you want to be someone else when they're doing it better? If you're going to be a copy, yours going to be second best. You've got to try and stand out and be different and push the boundaries within the TOS.
I think
Within TOS, I'll put that on the end there.
Little quotation marks up there just to make sure.
TOS.
Just in case, because you never know. But yeah, I think that perfectly encompasses the reason why I've not gone down the route of doing many YouTube videos. Like I used to put out a YouTube video every week playing Call of Duty because it was just something fun. I'd never done YouTube before, never video edited, and I've had a good laugh doing it. But my passion now is DayZ. I still play other games, but I love DayZ, and I want so badly to make a DayZ YouTube video. But I watch so many on a regular sort of basis that I sort of sit there and I think there is no way, because of my play style in game, because I play more of a chilled PvE RP type of play style, I don't have those. I couldn't do what you do, RayyRayyy, in a million years. I know. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Me and you have bumped into each other in game on various servers before, and we've teamed up, and we've raised absolute hell in various towns, and it's been hilarious. But I couldn't keep that up. I could do that for a couple of minutes when I bump into you in game on the rare occasion I do, but I can never understand how you keep your energy that high and then make great content out of that, because I couldn't do it. And I sit and I watch YouTube videos and I think there is no fucking earthly way that I could put something like that together, like a 20-minute, 30-minute, like story-driven, something like Running Man's does, people like Sour Sweet, people like those. They put together very story-driven YouTube videos. And guys like JOK now absolutely crushing it, putting out videos that are over an hour long. Guys like Chris FPS in the chat there, he's absolutely killing it with his YouTube videos. And I watch those and I love those videos, but I can't help but sit there and think there's no fucking way I'm ever going to be able to get to doing that. Not a chance.
Yeah. I think you need like a sounding board, because I've got ideas for probably about 5 YouTube videos, but fucking I'll say that my ideas to like me moderators, and then they'll say, oh, do this, do that, do this, and then I'll add to it. So I feel like if you try and do it off your own back, you might struggle, like you're saying. But if you get someone you can fucking discuss ideas with, then you're laughing. Like if you try to do it all yourself, yours gonna be like sort of on the fly bit. But many hands make light work. That's what they say, isn't it? So get more people involved.
I think that's one of my biggest issues. I do tend to play and stream solo, unless I'm jumping on a server like Boom Boom Room, when, in that case, there was no way you could fucking run solo, no matter who or what you are. You were, it was just wall to wall fucking mayhem constantly.
Safety. If you're in numbers, you're like the biggest target on the map.
It's funny how that server was the exact exception to the rule, safety in numbers, because you'd sit there with like 5 other people, and you just know one of these fuckers is about to shoot me in the back, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I tell you what, though, I used to love going on fucking Blue Waffle and going to Balota, because the fucking shit that happened there was, I've got a clip on one of these starting things, and there's literally like 25 freshies all running at each other with knives and stuff.
I think it was brilliant as well how Ben, with the Blue Waffle servers, you implemented a change to the loadout, the start out gear when you first spawn, and implemented a taser with the ammo. I think that changed so much when it came to seeing RayyRayyy stream on your server and seeing him go to Balota, because having that extra dynamic was absolutely brilliant. It really was.
We call it the equalizer.
But I never thought of that. I would never have thought of that. I would watch RayyRayyy and he'd run in with a knife or whatever, and it would still work. But then all of a sudden there was this taser was introduced, and it just suddenly everything changed, and it became such a different way of doing things, and it made it so better.
You gear guys in Balota have got to be scared of freshies.
They're shitting themselves,
They've got to be scared.
I love it.
That's what I love to see as well, because I'd join into a RayyRayyy stream and you just see him there, and he'd be completely fresh with a taser, verbally abusing people as we love you to see you do, and you just see you run on these big gear guys with fucking M4s and modded guns with fucking 200 round mags. And they'd all just go, fuck this, Rayy's here, I'm out. And they'd all just leave below her.
Without question, Rayy's the master of disarming a geared guy of all his shit with like a shovel. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. You are the man for that. Like, nobody else does it better.
I mean, what a lot of DayZ players will do is if they're fresh and they see a geared guy, they'll probably be a little bit timid and scared and hang back. But like, I see like a red rank with a fucking bull. I want his shit, and I'm going to take it off him. I want all the guns.
Sharing's caring at the end of the day, isn't it?
Exactly. Shouldn't be a greedy little bastard. Give me your fucking stuff.
I think it's definitely the best way to do it. It definitely is. But what can we sort of expect to see from Rayyy streams? You were saying earlier that obviously once you got your PC all set up and ready to rock and roll, you're going to start looking at doing YouTube content and things like that. You know, what's going to be your sort of, what can we sort of expect to see in theory from a future Rayyy?
I mean, at the minute, I only stream 3 times a week for 3 or 4 hours per time. So in terms of like, you get people that stream one day for 12 hours. So I'm doing 9 hours a week, which is like fucking like throwing a stone in the ocean in terms of the amount. So I want to do more regular and longer streams with the PC. And also, like I said, I want to update me alerts, update me emotes, update all that sort of shit, and basically bring everything in the channel up to the standard and the style that I wanted. Because there is things now, I mean, there's a couple of alerts, like the hosty alert, where it's just 2 random kids dancing, because that's all I had at the time. But like, I've got loads of ideas I want to do, but what happens with a laptop is when an alert happens and I've got something going on in the game, it lags. The CPU can't handle it, so it lags quite badly. So once I get the PC, there's going to be all these sort of updates. I mean, Doctor Strange Glove, the guy, I'm going to get him to do all my emotes and stuff going forward. So there's plans to do stuff. It's just I haven't got the capacity to do it with a laptop.
Yeah, I've seen his name around a lot recently as well. He's done a lot of emote work and things for people recently, isn't he? He's done some really good stuff.
Yeah, 9 hours like these when it comes to getting partnered as well. I think they'll be wanting more hours. So if you can get up to that 20 sort of mark, I think is 15 to 20 is what they sort of look at.
They say the same minimum of 3 streams a week, but I mean, that again, that's just open to that's open to conjecture. Like, what I always say is I very rarely get big hosts. I never really get like a host of 1,000 people. So all the people that I've got on my channel are people that are there to watch me. I don't get hosted off big boys very rarely. So I feel like that's more beneficial than getting massive hosts of people all the time.
Yeah. Why do you reckon the big guys don't host you?
Because they're worried on what I'm going to do and what I'm going to say. Probably.
Oh, it's funny because I've seen you on the DayOne servers, and every so often you bump into, you know, like Toprek or Mr. OG was a prime example as well recently. Yeah, you know, and I think it's a bit different with OG because he's British. He is quote unquote a twat, you know, in his own words. So,
he gets it. I mean, he gets it.
Yeah, but I think it does seem like it is quite rare to get big guys like him to sort of come down to that sort, you know, to that idea and go for someone a little bit different. And I think
you make them uncomfortable myself.
Yeah, I think when you're at that level, that higher level, you do kind of have to look down and look back and go, right, is that the right way to go about it? Do I deal with that? But at the same time, I think, you know, you're stupid not to at least consider it.
A lot of these big guys, though, they're in stream teams and they've got friends or people that they've like pally with that they'll host before anyone else. First and foremost, so like obviously you've got like the running man, he's in his stream team. So as soon as he finishes his stream, he's gonna be looking for someone in that stream team to host, not someone outside of it. So I mean, it makes sense. But to me, I'm always gonna host people that have supported me. So if people that have supported me, I always want to give it back. Like I don't care how many viewers you've got or how well you're doing or whatever. Like if you've helped me out, I'll help you out. That's just the way I am.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing as well. Is it's so rare for that to be a thing. You know what I mean? It's like you are, you know, people from the outside looking in who don't know. Like I've tried to explain to people recently, I've been talking about how much I've been looking forward to today and doing this podcast and trying to explain UncleRayRayyy to someone who doesn't even know what Twitch is the absolute biggest fucking headache you can imagine. But it does, I think it does speak to the kind of, it does speak to the kind of person you are, that, like you say, you are you are getting to that stage now where partnership could be a thing at some point in the near future, but you're still, like I say, you're still looking after, like you say, looking after those people that supported you. You're raiding down or across. You're not trying to raid up to running mans, trying to raid running mans to get your name out there or anything like that. You are, like you say, you're looking after and supporting the people that support you. Like I say, I know you very kindly raided me when I was playing on Boom Boom Room one night. I think it was like literally the first weekend as well. Yeah, and and so I think it's absolutely brilliant that you're doing that, and so few people nowadays seem to do that. Like you say, when you've got guys like Running Mans, for example, and not necessarily just him, but people of that caliber who are in stream teams, like you say, they will look within their own community to do it. Whereas you don't do that as much. You like you say, you have your core group of people, but you do. I had to giggle the other week because you raided, so you were sat there at the end of your stream and you were like, I don't even know who half these fucking people are I'm following. Tell you what, I'm just going to raid this person. They seem good. And it was this really very attractive blonde female.
Maybe that's why I was following.
Yeah. who just so happened to be wearing a somewhat low cut top. And I was sat there and I just remember sitting there sort of lurking and looking at everyone else chatting, and I'm going, do you know, I can see why Rayyy was following her now. I can see why this raid happened.
Right. So my point is, right, if I hosted Smoke or Running Man Z, what difference is 80, 90 people going to make to them? Like, it's going to be a drop in the ocean. If I host someone who's got 5, 6, 7 viewers, what difference is it going to make to them? Like, that's what the way I'm looking at. Is it going to make their day, their week, their month that they've just been hosted for that amount of people?
Yep.
Or
it's nothing to them. It's nothing to them.
Exactly.
And that's not having a go at them, but it is nothing to them. It does. Anyone watching you is most likely guaranteed to have heard of those big name people. Whereas for your own personal, selfish reason, for me, raiding across or down makes me feel good. To raid someone and see the smile on their dial, see the, they might have been having a quiet night, and then all of a sudden you're dropping, for me it's usually 10 to 20. After a podcast it's usually, 30, 40, 50 or so. But it just, there's very, very little point to raiding up. Raiding down and across is always the way you should go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but the way I approach raids is if it's someone I don't know and I raid them, they've got a one life policy. So if I go in there and raid someone and they don't seem appreciative and they don't seem happy and they don't interact with chat, I'll never go back. Yeah, whereas if you go in somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, this is great, like hello everyone, no, I'll be back again, 100%. So it's down to the person that you're raiding as well to make sure you come back. So if you're just sitting there, if you're just fucking sitting there, like I raided someone, right? This is not even mate. I raided someone, and he was playing the game, and he was like, I can't deal with that raid. I'm playing this game. Everyone shut up. And I was like, I'm not fucking going back there, then, am I? Yeah. I was like, why was this fucking prick?
Stones on someone to do that. That is mental.
It was like, I'm concentrating the game. Everyone be quiet. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Fuck me.
One of the things I love the most about you, Ray, is you on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. I come out with
it really appeals to me, mate, because I'm a Twitter troll myself. I wouldn't even call you a Twitter troll.
No.
I put a post up and I dangle the carrot, and if the people think it applies to them, it probably does. That's the way it goes.
It's amazing how you blur the line between just a bit of fun on Twitter and genuine sexual harassment as well.
I got called passive aggressive the other day with a post that I did about big streamers not supporting modders. Not saying that they don't, but asking who does. And a few people responded. And someone actually messaged me and said, that was a very passive-aggressive tweet. And all I could think at the time was there was nothing passive about the aggressiveness in it. I was quite blunt in what I said. Even the GIF I used. Sorry, I've got no money. What are they doing with to support the unknown people who are helping make this game fucking great? Servers like your Boom Boom Room with your, what's it called again, Brim?
the prolapsers.
Yeah, modders are making this game great. DayZ's come leaps and bounds now, but if it was still just vanilla, there wouldn't be the tens of thousands of people playing right now. And my point was, what are you big name guys doing? Whether it not even be yourself, giving some money, but once a week, once a month, maybe do a spotlight yourself on a great mod that you found on a server. Investigate it. Look, see if the person has a PayPal link or something like that to support them. Just stop using and start giving. Like I even got told off about the way I introduced Happy Bombs as someone who gives more than he takes. Well, I'm sorry, but no.
He's one of the fucking... I mean,
it's the most accurate thing ever.
Sorry. I don't go on Happy Bombs. I don't go on Happy Bombs channel that often, but he comes across as literally the one of the nicest people I've ever seen. Like that guy, is. So I mean, I don't get people having a go at you for that, because credit where it's credit's due. And if you've seen someone fucking giving a lot back and they don't take much, that's what it is. That's the truth. All you're saying is the truth. Well, you see the same people. You say something controversial on Twitter, and you see the same people fucking biting all the time, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, you fucking straight in there. So I mean, whenever there's a DayZ drama, I see one name every single time. I'm like, well, there's a fucking reason for that, isn't it? I'm not going to say who it is, obviously.
I think we might have an idea.
No, we've got to be careful, though. We've got to be careful because of the terms of service and having a go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to say a name.
I think everyone in the who's a regular in the podcast knows who my pick for that not so prestigious role is. But to be fair, I do need to kind of give a little bit of a shout out. Sort of going back to last week's podcast with Happy Bombs, we were talking about a lot of the shit that the central loot economy in DayZ has gotten from people on Twitter recently. And I've got to give a little bit of a shout out to Running Mans, because he did jump in the podcast chat a little bit during the podcast and so, had his say, so to speak. And he did DM me afterwards as well. And we actually had a decent conversation where we managed to kind of clear things up. So I've got to give a little bit of a shout out to him, because I did kind of unfairly lump him in with a lot of the other guys that over historically that we speak about have been involved in a lot of the drama on Twitter and things. So, fair dues. I'll give him the credit. He came to me as a man and said, look, this is my opinion, no drama, no malice in it. Here's my opinion, let's go from there. And we had a quick sort of 10-minute conversation in Twitter DMs, and, I've got to give all the credit to him for not just sort of sitting there and stewing on things. He actually messaged me and said, look, this is my opinion, this is my thought, let's go from there. And we managed to come to an accord. So all the credit in the world to Running Mans, for that. But we've got a lot of topics to cover tonight, and I had a bit of a laugh this week putting together the agenda, because it was my first podcast agenda, and just every link that I've put in the agenda is just Twitter.
I saw that as well and laughed.
Twitter's been so big. The only thing that's not Twitter on that agenda is a fucking Twitch clip from one of Sunrak's streams that I'm going to get to later on in the podcast, and I curated that myself, and I was like, for fuck's sake, it's the only thing that breaks up the Twitter, but there's so much of it at the moment.
Twitter's a fucking goldmine for juicy
Twitter's phenomenal, isn't it? Twitter, you can't help but love Twitter. Love it or hate it, is what it is.
Bit of bait out and just wait.
We really did. But yeah, we're going to kind of start off. The way I've sort of put it together is we're going to start with the shit.
I'm going to grab a drink for this.
Get the negative.
I'll be back in a sec. You guys talk. I'll be back, because this one fucking triggered me.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. But yeah, we're gonna go for the shit stuff first. Get the horrible crap out of the way, and then keep the podcast going on a positive note. This was unreal.
I think I know where you're going with this.
The fact that this happened, that this exists, blows my mind. Killed a partnered streamer in DayZ who proceeded to incite his viewers to harass my channel and things he told them to say. 70 people came over and harassed me and my chat on his command. He then continued to play with my stream open afterwards while on the same server. That legitimately, I saw that come up on Twitter. That blew my fucking mind, because I'd heard of the person that has now been that's been outed as responsible. And I know he was a member of Running Man's stream team, and all the credit to Running Man's again. Put there in a tweet, this is just wrong. Sorry you had to deal with this. The streamer in question has been removed from my stream team. Sending people over from one stream to another to pass on a message is not okay unless it's something positive. In this case, it's obvious that is not what happened. And again, all the credit to Running Man's. He found out about it. He dealt with it, immediately. But the fact that this person, being the fact they were not only were they a streamer in the DayZ community that decided to do this, the fact that they are a partnered streamer, they have that fucking check mark that we all strive to try and get to, at least somewhere close to it. And they went and did that. And then following on from that, now he's trying to get me banned on the server when it isn't even an RP server. So basically what it seems like it was Shoot and Dip here was playing on a server with a partnered, bumped into a partnered streamer, or they come together in some fashion. And then the partnered streamer killed a freshie. So Shoot and Dip killed the partner streamer, and you don't kill freshies. That's not how we roll. And that partnered streamer then went over to Shoot and Dip's chat and sent all his viewers over to harass Shoot and Dip.
But the thing with this as well is, now a lot of people could say you can't control what happens with your streamers, but you guys can't make it out, but we'll post a link to it in Twitter. Okay, that's come up a bit clearer now. But they're copy pasting the same message over and over again with the same spelling mistake.
Yeah. They couldn't. They couldn't even spell it right.
This was a coordinated harassment of someone.
Yeah. And the fact that anyone would think, I mean, obviously there's dickheads in the world. We kind of expect it, but the fact that someone in the DayZ community would do that, and then someone that is partner that should know better, that is part of the fucking survivors, Running Man stream team. Like if Running Man's ever DM'd me and said, I want you to be a part of the survivors, here's an invite, sign on the dotted line, you better believe I'm fucking burning my hard drives and getting new ones, just so I know there's nothing that could creep up in the, at some point in the future. I would be so fucking careful. But this person literally just blatantly was like, right, go and harass this person because I don't like what they did in game. And that is complete, in my opinion, that is completely and utterly inexcusable.
Someone said this came up as a topic in the past on the podcast, and I think I remember it too, where I said that streamers need to be more responsible for their communities, and someone disagreed with me.
Yeah.
But I still stand
Running
by
Man's.
You foster your community. And the standards you set, this says a lot about not just him, the person in this case, but any other streamer out there whose communities are going and harassing other people. It says a lot about you as a person and about the community that you've created if they think it's okay to go and do this to anyone. And I know that you can't control everyone. And even one of the members of this podcast, I've called out for something one of his mods did in the past. But regardless of whether you control them or not, you've got to take a stand, and you've got to speak out when shit like this fucking happens. It is disgusting. It is reprehensible. And I hope Twitch take action. I really do, because I've heard of more cases of this happening involving other partnered streamers, and it is fucking disgusting. And we can't say their names here, but it's not fucking cool. And Rayyy, you've had similar shit happen yourself, haven't you?
All the fucking time, yeah. I actually did something for the purposes of this. Right, what I get all the fucking time is I don't play DayZ properly, whatever the fuck that means. So I've done like a little graph, and this is not pointing the fingers at anyone, but this is the DayZ graph, right? So I don't know if this is going to be upside down or back to front. You can see it properly, but yeah. So you've got your DayZ elitists at the top. You got to play the DayZ a certain way, and then you've got your cocksuckers and your cloud chasers who want to play a DayZ like the elitists, but they're not popular enough. And then you've got your fucking normal players and your wannabes. The wannabes just aren't popular enough to be a cloud chaser or a cocksucker, but they're not popular enough to be DayZ elitists, right? And then you've got your outcasts and weirdos. So the next one's down. They might play off the wall, and then you've got me.
Someone clip this. Someone clip this. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Twitter now.
But yeah,
anyone, my chat, Boydie's chat, clip the fuck out of that. I love that. That is brilliant.
So, right, I'll tell you a story. I had something happen, not as bad as what Shoot had, but fucking, I actually did some research on that. And what happened was Shoot had teamed up with that guy. He saw the guy shooting at someone in the forest, and then he popped on the back of the head just to betray him. Which, to me, who gives a fuck? It's a game, you've been betrayed. And this guy took it personally and proceeded to do that. If you get that triggered over someone betraying you in DayZ, don't fucking play DayZ. It's not a game for you. If you're going to get upset. Like,
I got betrayed once on DayZ Down Under, I think it was. And I didn't even realise. And when I was editing it, and then realised the guy had actually betrayed me, I turned it into a fucking video. I thought it was one of the best things that have ever happened for me in DayZ. I still remember it. His name was Dave, and he led me to where his mate was waiting. And Dave didn't know I had a gun on me, but we all know what I'm like, a PvP. And yeah, I got set up, and when I was editing it, because I was going, that was a great encounter, great journey with this guy, chatting, formed a real bond with him, and then we die. And then it was, I see in the corner of the screen, I was in the bunker at Cherno military camp there, and I see in the corner where my mate was hiding, and he comes up with a gun and shoots me. And I was like, fuck you, Dave. Fuck you. That was brilliant. That's going in the video. That
guy was saying great roleplay. It's not a fucking roleplay server. It's not a roleplay server anyway. So why is he saying great roleplay in a sarcastic tone? You know what I say to people like, fuck off. No one cares what you think. Go and cry somewhere else.
I like what Camino says there. You can do anything in the game by any means necessary without cheating the physics of the game. You are playing the game right. Well, that caveat, as long as you're within the rules of what that server says you can and can't do.
Yeah.
You've got to abide by, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But day one, it's a pretty much anything goes server.
Anything goes. So I had the same thing, like you said, and I made a Twitter post about people getting upset about being murdered in the game. So I was running around, right? So the beauty of what I do is I treat everyone the same. So I'll murder people, I'll shout and scream at people, but it doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, sub, follower, everyone gets treated the same. So then there's no fucking blurred lines between treating someone worse than someone else. Everyone gets treated exactly the same. So I ran into this squad, about 15 people that had play carriers, M4s, and they run around the spawn town. So I had a fucking knife, and I went over, tried to murder a couple of them. They murdered me like 7 times. I met them again in Brenner, and it just so happens there was a girl in this group. So I went and tried to murder her, and I did. I successfully murdered one of the group. And then for the next 4 streams, this person was saying that I was talking to her because she was a girl, and that I hate girls playing DayZ. I've got a problem with girls playing DayZ. I'm toxic. I shouldn't be playing like that. I should be banned from the server. All this shit. And I was like, hang on a second. There was 17 people. That was one freshie with a knife. And I tried to murder anyone that was there, and I just so happened to murder you. And I was like, it's fucking ridiculous. So I made that post on Twitter, and because people get upset to say you can't kill freshies, like, where's the law against killing freshies? I'm a freshie with a knife. I'll murder another freshie. I don't give a fuck. Where's the rule in DayZ that you can't murder freshies? Someone show me that in black and white, and then I'll follow the rule. Until then, I'll do what I want.
Shooting dips in chat right now.
Yeah.
Said, me and Rayyy killed each other plenty of times. Nothing but love the guy. Much respect for sticking to his guns and his playstyle.
Yeah. Main shooting tip. Like, that's the pretty main shooting tip. We teamed up once a few weeks ago, and I created this gang called the Hound Pack. So we run around barking like dogs, murdering people. And then the next stream I met him again. Yeah, and next stream I met him again. He was playing with a couple of other people, and he murdered me. And I didn't go in this stream getting all fucking pissed off because when we teamed up once and then betrayed each other. That's just the name of the game. If you get upset about getting betrayed in DayZ, it's not the fucking game for you. I'll tell you that for nothing.
I found out the hard way when the Boom Boom Room was a thing that Rayyy is fair and equal and doesn't give a flying fuck if you're a subscriber, a follower. I would put money on it that your fucking grandparents could jump on a game of DayZ and you would fucking gun them down with not a single fucking second thought. The amount of times that you shot me or twatted me with a shovel on Boom Boom Room was just
I'm an equal opportunist. I'm an equal opportunist. I don't give a fuck, but I don't give a fuck to everyone. So there's no like picking and choosing. I just don't give a fuck, full stop.
I think that is the best way to be. Like you say, you don't target anyone. You don't give a flying fuck whether they're male, female, tall, short, fat, thin, whatever other fucking thing they could be.
I must say,
at the end of the day, you're paying everyone's equal.
Play the sexist card, Brim. I do hate that.
Yeah. But I've literally, on the DayOne servers, there's about 5 or 6 girls in there, and I've literally played with them all. I've played with a lot of them, and she was trying to say I hate females and I've got a problem with females playing DayZ, and I was like, hang on a second, I've played with more fucking girls in that server than I have on any other what you talking about? So yeah, I'm not standing for being accused of being sexist for murdering someone, because I treat her exactly the same as what I treat anyone else, and there's no difference. That's what my point is. I don't treat anyone different. Like Brimstone said, doesn't matter if you come from fucking Mars, I'll still try and murder you. I don't give a fuck. And again,
think what you do in finding coming up against a fucking Martian, Rayyy versus a Martian.
Going back to my original point is when you know someone isn't going to murder someone else. So you get on some servers, you get big streamers playing, and you see someone else bumping them. You know they're not going to kill them because they're a big streamer, because they don't want to try and murder someone who they feel like's got more influence than them. But I mean, that's just bullshit. You just treat them the same as anyone else, because they're fucking human beings at the end of the day. And if they're there to be murdered, you murder them. Simple like that. I don't treat anyone else differently. It doesn't matter if you've got 50,000 viewers or one. I'll still probably try and betray you and fucking torture you.
And again, that is literally what makes you you, and that is why you have the viewership you have and the awesome community you have, is because, like you say, you are authentic in that sense. You know, you don't give a fuck about who you are, what you are. As soon as you log into DayZ, you are on equal footing. And like Kamita says, if they breathe, make them stop.
You need the bad guys.
Literally perfect.
You need the bad guys. It's what I've been, whenever I speak to someone about my server, I always kind of, after I give them a bit of a spiel on it, I say, and are you a bad guy? Because at the moment, that's what we need. At the moment, it's kind of a circle jerk of nice survivory type people. And it's good, but like already my guard's dropping. You know, I had a car stolen from me because I stopped in a town and I just jumped out and I didn't take the battery and the spark plug, and someone stole my car. And I was literally like, oh, okay, I've got to check this. I've got to see whether, because we had a problem with the cars glitching out. And I did the admin thing, and sure enough, I found my car and I found who'd stolen it, and I went, thank you for stealing it. Thank you for fucking stealing it. You need the bad guys. Without the bad guys, it's a circle jerk of people standing around holding each other's dicks, singing Kumbaya, my lord.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I was like I can't help but laugh at that Kumbaya comment, because the amount of times that Rayy's done that, where he's just trying to get people in Brenner to sing Kumbaya with him, is just... everyone does it. People join in. I think that's the great thing about you as well, is that it doesn't matter who it is. People will join in whatever shit you're pulling, whatever stuff you're doing on one of the DayOne servers or any other server. People will literally fucking do it. People will join in and be like, yeah, fuck it.
That's what I'm saying the other day. Me and she were playing. I was a Chihuahua, so I was running going, and he was some sort of a dog, and he was barking, and we found this other group ran and barking like dogs, threw grenades, started throwing axes. Like, I love that shit. I love just doing random stuff.
You forget the kills. Yeah. You forget kills in DayZ unless they're truly, epic things. But the interactions, you remember. You remember the weirdos you met in DayZ. You remember the nice guy you met in DayZ who saved you when you were, down unconscious with zombies or something like that. But you don't remember every kill you've ever just done running around just shooting everything.
Yeah. There's nothing worse in DayZ when there's that awkward moment when you bump into somebody somewhere and you're like, all right, what are you up to? And you instantly, you can tell that they're just normal and that you're not going to do anything special with them or anything else. It's like, I'm going to loot down here, blah, blah, blah. You bump into Rayyy, within 4 or 5 words of the energy of his voice, you know that some shit's going to go down. It makes you interested to want to go with him and get involved. Whereas
if someone's
like
born,
a cult
it makes you want to
leader.
murder them. Yeah, well, I had the Bukkake Church of Brenner, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you are the cult leader of the Chewy crew, in fairness, so it does work out.
Yeah, the Chewy crew is a good one.
But yeah, I think we've pretty much covered all the negative shit as well tonight, which is always nice to get that out of the fucking way early.
Stop being cunts, people. You get fucking killed in DayZ, fucking build a bridge, get the fuck over it, and go back and get revenge, or go to another server if they're playing too fucking hardcore for you.
I was playing last night and I met a guy called Barry Manilow or something. So I hit him with a sledgehammer, tied him up, and I was making him sing. And he had his girlfriend in the room, and she was telling him the songs to sing, and he was singing songs to me. And I thought it was quite funny, so I untied him. And then we met another guy, hit that guy with a sledgehammer, and then put a bag on his head and told him to run. And I gave Barry Manilow 3 bullets to try and shoot this guy who was running around with a bag on his head so he couldn't see where he was going. And then Barry Manilow turned around and shot me straight in the fucking head. So yeah, I went back to try and... But what I'm saying is, he betrayed me there, and I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. He shot us straight in the head, but so other people might... Yeah, it's all part of the game. I love it.
Like I say, it's the best way to be. At the end of the day, the interactions are what makes DayZ so unique. There's a reason there's been no other game that that has matched up to or even come close to matching up to DayZ. There's been no other survival games. Deadside, I haven't heard anyone fucking mention Deadside in about 6 months. Exactly. So it's on sale at the moment if you want to get it, but don't just save the money and buy DayZ. But it's like you say, it is those interactions that make everything so unique. But yeah, our next topic, I quite enjoy this because I kind of want one of these myself. See if it'll let me do the go live thing in the Discords. And it's Ariana. She put a tweet up on October 20th. Has any one of my fellow DayZ players got a decent photo of the improvised backpack? The wiki photo isn't very clear. Could do with a better quality picture because she wanted to try and make one. And an LT Viper here set up a couple of photos. Has already been there and
done that. How good do they look?
I can't figure out how the fuck you open it to get your stuff out of it, in fairness.
At the top of it, the flap there, you can either pull it down underneath the first of the top ties there, or pull it all the way up. So it wouldn't be good for putting an MP5 submachine gun in there, as you can do in DayZ.
Couldn't fit a fucking sledgehammer in there.
Yeah, you can certainly store some small items in there. I just love that someone's gone and done it. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the fucking same as well, like how detailed it is.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on, that.
I mean, the sticks are a little bit too, a bit too clean for the DayZ sticks, let's be honest. They look...
Oh, here comes someone negative Nancy over there.
What I'm saying is they've done too good a job. There's a positive thing. They've done too good a job. But yeah, that is a really good, really clever little thing that they've managed to do there. I'm quite impressed with that.
Because Ariana dressed up in one of the DayZ dresses the other day, and she had like the DayZ character going off, which I thought was something spot on as well. I actually had one of the DayZ dresses on.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think I could pull that look off somehow.
She's a good egg,
you never know.
I've tried it. I could barely fit into the dress.
Ariana's a good egg. I like her. She's a good girl.
Yeah. No, she's an OG as well. I don't think a lot of people don't realise that she's been around, as young as she is, she's been around this community for fucking years. And she's definitely a DayZ OG, and it's mad that people don't realise that. I think she put out a tweet a few weeks back saying that someone had mentioned, like, oh, I'd never heard of you before. I didn't realise, like, you used to play DayZ. And she said, I still play DayZ, you dickhead. Like, life happens. Like, I'm still here. And I think that's, so many people are so quick to jump, especially on Twitter when you're on a keyboard warrior and knock people. But Ariana's probably one of the few people you shouldn't.
She's doing DayZ cosplay for Halloween tonight, so there should be pictures of the full outfit.
Do you know how Body said he was triggered by the shoot and dip thing? I got triggered by something Ariana said, because she was on about a year or so ago, she was near partnership. And now, because she's taking time off for babies and stuff, someone came into her chat and went, oh, look how bad your channel is now because your viewers are down. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. Like, why the fuck would you go into someone's channel and say that? Like, what the fuck is that about? I tell you what, when you start fucking streaming, you come back to me and say, many viewers you've got, you prick. Fuck that.
Fucking right.
What type of wanker says that to someone?
You've got to be some kind of dick to go down that.
You've got to have nothing. You must literally have nothing to do. like with your life. You must not have anything else to do if you've got like, at that point. If that's all you've got to do with your time, like what? Just fucking give up.
Mm-hmm. What a fucking twat.
And not even the good kind that we all like. We all like a good twat every now and then, but not that sort of twat. That's not a good twat. But it's nice to see DayZ have made a change recently as well. Hoping everyone in Discord and the streams can see what's popped up there. Lottie put a thing up on Twitter, October 24th. Thank you, DayZ, for putting this memorial for Balbanes and everyone involved in arranging it. Like they've literally gone out of their way. It probably didn't take them any fucking effort really to do it, but it's such a cool thing that they've literally gone in and put a little memorial thing, a little cross for Balbanes, who a lot of people will know, from over the years being in DayZ. Unfortunately passed away. I think it was earlier this year. I think we mentioned it on a previous episode of the podcast. But they've literally taken the time out to go into game. I think it's in the 110 update, if I'm not mistaken. Like it says Willow Lake, but it's in the 110. I don't know where Willow Lake is, but like the fact that they've taken the time to go in and create a nice little memorial, they didn't have to do that. There was no reason for them to do that, but out of the out of the goodness of their heart to sort of commemorate someone in the community who's no longer with us, unfortunately. I think that's absolutely phenomenal that they went and did that.
I think it's lovely, but where do they draw the line? Because there's been quite a few now that I can think of that have had little memorials put in. I think that they need to just go with Memorial Town or something like that, and just adding a sign to it in memory of those who are no longer with us, or something along those lines. Because sure enough, I'm certain there's been people out there who've lost friends themselves. It's great. I love that they've done it, and I don't have an issue with them doing it. But I think that they need to draw a line soon and just come up with something a bit more universal for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like. I think we brought it up when the original story about Balbane's passing came up. I think we mentioned it. I can't remember who it was that mentioned it, but I like the idea of them having like a big graveyard. Like, obviously, we know we've got all the churches in DayZ, and some of them have quite decent sized graveyards. I would love to see them put it in so that every single there's different headstones with names on. Like you say, you kind of have to look at that, like you said, Boydie, of where do you draw the line? It'd be a lot of work for them to go in theory, and catch up with everything. And there's always going to be one person they'll miss, and people will get pissed off. Oh, why didn't you include this person? Which they can then go in and put them in fairly easily, I would have thought. But I would love to see like a community, spot on the map somewhere that they dedicate to people like that, and have like a little memorial area.
You could have on the side of a house the bricks, and each brick has got someone's name on.
Yeah, I love that.
I was going to say, I think because Sumrak, if you remember, Sumrak touched on it a little bit. I think it was Sumrak stream where he said that there's quite a few little like memorial type or dedicated things to people, but they keep them quiet so that they don't get sort of spoiled, and so that like personal stuff doesn't get involved and things like that. I think if you start creating a big shrine to dead people in terms of like a graveyard in DayZ, I'm just thinking of the sick, twisted fuckers out there who'll start doing weird shit. You know what I mean? Negative things. But
there'll always be someone that has to ruin it for the rest.
I think if you do something like even something like what RayyRayyy said's got way less chance of being fucking turned into something nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's actually servers with notes on it. Yeah, you've got a good point there. I didn't consider that.
Because if you have like the graveyard, someone could build a fucking base there and just be a twat, and then just start fucking doing whatever they want. But I get it, but at the same time, like Boyd is saying, where do you draw a line? It's just gonna you either do like one massive one, or you have like I say everyone's name on one area.
Yeah, I like that idea of like individual bricks and stuff, and having. I kind of get why they've kept some of them quiet as well. Like Ben said, you're always gonna have some dickhead that's gonna go and ruin it. So keeping some of them quiet is probably the better way to go. Unfortunately,
you could put a plaque. You could put a plaque on the statues that already exist. Pretty easy, something like that. Even
Oh yeah, because I suppose they've got those big like memorial things like in overlooking like Cherno and things, haven't they? They've got like war memorials all over the map and stuff. that they've sort of put in. So you could kind of add
someone being a dick with something like that.
Yeah. But but I just generally, like I say, I think it's a really cool thing, a really nice thing they've done. And the fact that it's not the first, and unfortunately, but is a part of life, won't be the last. I just think it's lovely that they've kind of decided to do something really nice like that for the community and add something positive to it. I think that's I think that's really nice. But to move away from the more depressing side of things to a more happy thing, this is thanks to Foxypote, and give him all the credit for this. Last week after the podcast with Happy Bombs, Boydie raided this gentleman, Bear Bomber, because on Foxy's idea, and he has now hit affiliate as a result of that. So we have a new affiliate, someone else coming for all our jobs. But yeah, I did stop by and I did stop by on his stream that day, and yeah, he is a really lovely bloke. He does seem great.
And he was the beautiful part, Rayyy. So fucking grateful. It was one of those ones that just made you feel good. And I think everyone who was part of the podcast, like I can hear the way you're even just talking about Brim. It made you feel good to know that our little podcast was able to make a difference for one person.
Yeah. Like, oh, easy now, easy.
I mean, especially if someone is appreciative, it makes you want to go back. Like you'll be back in the stream.
Yeah, quick question. That's the thing as well.
Where the fuck is Mini Rayyy?
I've got. Joe, I mean, I don't know. This is a daytime television show. I don't know what to see Mini Rayyy.
I was waiting. I was purposely saying nothing to wait and see who and how long it was going to take for someone to say it, and it had to be Kamito that mentioned it.
I can bring him out. I'll surprise you. He'll come out in a minute. I'm sure.
He's probably. I'll say at this time of day, he's probably still having his afternoon nap. I would imagine.
Fucking Boydie, I've seen better looking tins of Vegemite than you prick.
Shows how much you know about Australia, mate. Vegemite comes in a fucking jar.
Shocking.
I don't know what you colonials do.
Mate, 200 years ago, you would have been on the fucking first ship over here, mate, so you shut your mouth.
Probably, 200 years ago, they wouldn't even let Rayyy on the fucking ship. He would have taken it over and driven back again. It would have been fucking brilliant.
Team up!
But yeah, Don Sibley doing the good shit again. Mate. I'm so fucking unbelievably jealous of that setup he's got. He's got a phenomenal setup in his basement. It looks like his basement anyway.
This comes back to what Rayyy said about doing something different, doing your niche.
Yeah.
How good is this shit?
Yeah.
I love this.
And I love that you use in the background the music as the title music from DayZ that you get in the loading screen as well.
Should I do the thing?
And he's got the fucking Crocs on.
I know.
And he's got the Crocs on. Look at that beauties.
Comedy gold.
I replied to this one and said, if I walked into that barracks and saw you laying with those shoes on, I would shoot you fucking in the face and burn those shoes. And I don't KOS.
I wish he had less clothes on when he's lying on our bed.
I still think my favourite one was the one he did for Shroud and Summit.
Oh, yeah, with the helicopter.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna say it. I think Daone has got the best bits and alerts and channel points on a stream of DayZ that I've seen. So hands down, like the shit he does is unbelievable.
His production quality is the next level, yeah.
Yes.
And he's fucking comedy gold as well. So the two.
And now he's done that. He's put his stamp on it. Someone else can't really do it because without them like looking like they've taken it straight from Daone. That's the thing. He's put his stamp on it.
And I think
Lex has got some pretty good ones too. Lex has got some good custom ones as well.
To be honest with you, like in terms of like intros and all that kind of stuff, everything, you, Lax, and Don are probably like top of the game at the moment. I think.
Yep.
To be honest, literally.
I just love that our resident bad boy DayOne, Don doing Don things. It's so accurate. That's possibly the most accurate thing you're going to see. It's just so true. But he's done a few of these now, hasn't he, Don? He's put a few different sort of thing like that. I like that one.
I've never even seen that one.
Just looks so.
I think I do different pairs of Crocs on as well.
Yes, that's a good. It's him with a beard and him without, and I just love editing a new video. Oh, some of these I haven't seen, but some of them are just. But that shows what it took to make a picture like that. I'm so jealous. I've got a shitty bit of green screen fabric that I bought off Amazon for 16 quid. That's fucking.
And this guy's converted a whole fucking room.
Yeah, this bobby pin to my shitty blue bedroom wall that's been the same colour for 15 fucking years. And he's got an entire room that he's literally painted green and put green floor slabs down. He is doing it to a whole nother level, and it is phenomenal.
Shameless plug here. Check out my YouTube channel. I've got an actual spotlight interview with Don. He does have a bit of pedigree with entertainment.
He does. I've been looking through his back catalogue of stuff. He's a funny guy. You know, he's a very funny guy.
Yeah, and that shows. Look at the size. That's literally like twice the size of my bedroom. I wish I had a room that big.
This is the video he did for me. Yeah, this is insane. It's that one.
That's showing those lights that I sent you guys through that he gave me that I use.
I bought another light just for you the other day. Look,
I'm saying,
I
clicked that link.
You can see the difference.
I clicked that link and looked on fucking eBay for them, and they were sold out, and you couldn't get them. I was livid. I was like, I could do with a couple of them. My green screen shit. I could do with a couple of lights.
They've got these ring lights, cheap ring lights. You know, like 20 quid. They're all right.
Oh, that's what I've got. My webcam is literally sat in the middle of the ring light.
I've got mini Rayyy holding the torch.
thing is, it's easily believed as well. That's the best part.
Actually, I like what Milo says there. He could do with better cable management.
I won't show you the back of my fucking computer desk.
I know, same. I just hide all mine.
Look at all these, like doing it to another level. I wish I know for a fact I don't have the common sense and ability to try and do anything like that.
Can you go back up again? Can you go back up a bit, Brim? Stop.
Yeah, where am I going?
Twitch.tv/Don Sibley Games.
Yep, there he is. Look, I'll bring it up and hope that it doesn't just randomly start blaring sound at me, which it quite often
look at
does.
that. He's green screened his fucking.
He's got his green screen as his actual background as well.
Fucking hold on.
Fuck's sake.
He's if you're going to his kids go out wearing green. He fucking everything's green. He's got green soap, green toilet water.
Should DayZ be had green?
Yeah.
Oh, that part of his face is missing.
He'll look as bald as me as well.
Why do you think I always wear either a hat or this fucking mask? The shininess coming off the top of my head nowadays is just unreal. There's no need for it.
Embrace it, mate. Don't worry.
I can't. That's the thing. The way I've got my lighting set up, right above my head here is the mains light of my bedroom, and then I've got my little ring light where my webcam is in front. And if I've got my green screen on during my normal streams, the green screen tears, and it looks like I've got a puddle of fucking melted metal on the top of my head, right on the shiny bit at the top. So I physically cannot actually use it like that. I have to have a hat on, because otherwise it just looks like I've got a puddle of fucking mercury swimming on the top of my head. It looks so fucking daft. I can't stream without a hat or anything anymore. It's unreal.
The shine of your head will blind you more than what the DayZ sun did before got new.
You're not wrong. Honestly, you are not wrong. It is. I've done it once, and everyone that came in the chat was fucking hell. It's a bit bright in here, and I'm like, fuck off, man. I was like, right, where's my fucking hat? I need to put it back on.
Where's John Travolta on a fucking disco ball?
The one smart thing I'll give Don as well is he's establishing himself as a variety streamer nice and early. Unlike the rest of us dickheads who are one-horse ponies, or one-horse jockeys, but just playing DayZ, he's getting out and trying different stuff. So he's in for the long haul, folks. You give this guy a follow, you won't regret it. He reminds me of him and Happy Bombs. Both, Happy Bombs divulged that he's got a bit of a media background as well. And you can tell the quality of professionalism they bring to their streams. You can see it.
Yeah, Don's got a background with TV, which definitely helps him with all this. And the fact that he's done comedy as well again, and that his VR setup, his VR stream. You find me somebody else who's got a VR stream like his, It's
that
next
one
level.
with the fucking sabers and that. I like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
got it here.
I can't even fathom out how the fuck that's done. I can't work it out.
I was
Amazing.
thinking about this the other day when I was putting this together. Like, if you ever go on Beat Saber streams, a vast majority of them it's literally the view that you see on the stream is from the headset that the player is playing. Whereas, like you say, with Dom, it's like it's the other side of the room.
Got a camera inside the fucking game that he's then projecting to the green screen. That's next level.
So normally what you see is in the little box at the bottom left here. That's normally what you will see from most people who are streaming Beat Saber. You see it from the same perspective they see it. But like I say, Don's got a camera set up and looks across his entire room, so you can see everything he's doing. Like, that's unique. And the fact
Nito's saying Linus Tech Tips done a video on the VR thing. How to do it.
Yeah, and like, look, he's sitting like crisscross applesauce on the floor with his legs crossed, doing it, trying to get back up. Do you know what I mean? It's like you say, it's just so unique. It's so different. I remember the first stream of his I ever jumped in. He was playing DayZ, and he was just coming up to Steroy Military, and he had like a handful of people like follow and subscribe in the space of about 5 minutes, and he had fucking Fortnite alerts. He had like the Fortnite llama pop up, and that threw me off so quickly because I was not expecting that at all. I should have, in theory, looking back from Don. I think he's probably changed it all now. But his alerts were all like a Fortnite llama saying thank you for the follow and things like that. And it was just so funny. I couldn't help but sit there but giggle at how he, of all people, had the Fortnite alerts. It was
I'm
fucking
kind of
brilliant.
thankful that I don't know what the Fortnite llama is, so...
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Think yourself lucky. Google it later and become infinitely depressed. Trust me, it's horrific. But yeah, I could not help but giggle. It was fucking brilliant. And I think Welsh Wizard brought up a very good point here. You can't say you ain't impressed with Don Sibley being so unique on Twitter feeds. His videos not only make me laugh, but fair play to the dude who paints his room green. To do this, my missus doesn't allow me to make toast in the bath, let alone paint a room green. That was an absolutely brilliant tweet and perfectly encompasses it. Do you know what I mean?
It was.
Don's doing so much good work at the moment, and
whoa!
What?
Sean Connery's dead.
Oh yeah, that's
I can't do that impression anymore now.
Yeah, spoiler alert. The worst part is, I come onto Twitter earlier. I'll see if I'm going a bit off kilter here. I'll see if I can find it. Someone has made it trending, like something he would, because obviously his speech was very, his S's were like SHs, and someone had made a tweet, and the hashtag was shaken and stirred, and it was fucking trending, and I thought, you have got to be taking the piss, like someone's going to hell for that. Like, it was literally trending, almost like kind of like taking the piss out of his accent.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, I thought that's proper. That is proper arsehole.
Your impression's always spot.
That's actually me Dutch impression, but something Sean Connery.
Sounds the fucking same though.
Oh my god! And there's something else. You're bigging the guy up, and you're not following him.
Oh, what, Welsh Wizard?
Don Sibley.
Oh, God, am I not following Don?
He follows you as well.
Oh, not am I?
Oh.
And yet weirdly, his stuff shows up on my Twitter timeline all the time. How is that not? How have I not got him on my follow list? Because I follow him on Twitch.
It says you're following him now, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I just did. But I see his stuff pops up.
I didn't see it click.
You need to peel your eyeballs, sunshine. No, I honestly, I don't know why, because his stuff shows up on my timeline all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know why
generally
I
get the same as well. You think you follow the people, but it's because people you follow are liking their stuff. So you think they are.
I get all the retweets and stuff. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was following you. That old chestnut.
Fuck off, Ray.
What is it? Twitch just unfollowed me. I don't know.
I say you'll see a lot of shit on my Twitter feeds nowadays. I should really not be showing my Twitter feeds. Yeah, my Twitter feeds are full of all sorts of weird and wonderful shit. I definitely shouldn't have these showing live. I have to go through my Twitter before I start every time I host, just to make sure no weird shit's going to show up. Although inevitably something ends up popping up. But yeah, Running Man's talking about spawning in the new 110 update. And yes, I am calling it 110 now, because calling it 1.10 or 1.10 was actually starting to do my head in. So I've now decided it is going to be 110 from now on for me.
Friends, no more. 1.10.
Yeah, I know. RIP in the chat. But yeah, if you spawn in vanilla 1.1 and get the right spawn, you do really well. Doesn't make you the king shit of DayZ. The survival curve is like a massive mountain at the start, then a piece of piss thereafter. Where you spawn and you're lucky in first half hour, 1-1 is easy. I kind of agree with him, to be fair. And it says it's frustrating to see other people belittling opinions as you're bad at vanilla. Bullshit. We're all allowed opinions. Survival in the first half hour is RNG at the moment, not skill. If people out there want to pretend otherwise, pat your backs till there's no players left. I kind of agree, because I obviously on last week's stream with Happy Bombs, I did say that I log in when there's a new experimental. And because they don't wipe it, I have the same character. So I'm already set up. I'm already fully geared. And I did F11 and start fresh the other day, and as a result I can say I do 100% agree with running mans here, because within the first 20 minutes I was basically back to what I was before I F11'd. You know, I had loads of food, I had a cooking pot with fucking meat in it, all fully cooked, you know, ready to rock and roll. And I there was no way, short of a bullet, there was no way I was dying to survival aspects. You know, and I know now that there was a big thing last week talking about with running mans about the loot and the loot economy and the despawn timers, and I know that that the devs have now lowered it. I think they lowered it, was it 24 hours down to like 8 hours,
yeah,
or something like that for a lot of loot items. So you know, they've done a really good. And Foxy, no, I didn't run back to my body. I spawned the other side of the map. I've got Voidy's chat up on my phone next to me, so I'm keeping an eye every now and then. I didn't do that. I was a good boy. I spawned the other side of the map and I stuck to my spawn.
My concern with this tweet is, because it was me who shared this one for you, and my concern is, and I'm part of the problem with this. I'll say that right now. I do fall into, at times, and need to be reminded, I do fall into a bit of a DayZ elitist mentality with my hardcore way of playing. But we're starting to see a bit of a schism erupting in the content creator community between the run and guns and the hardcore survivalists.
I did that on there for you.
But yeah, that's my concern, that we've got to do something to stop that, because it's not good for the community to have people at each other's throats over how DayZ should be the vanilla version of the game.
Rayyy said it already, Touch. Play the game how you want to fucking play the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Joe, I feel like DayZ elitist isn't to do how you play the game. It's how you dictate to someone else how they should play the fucking game. So you have people that, if they want to go inland and go down south and explore and do all that shit, I don't go to them. You're playing the game wrong. So why the fuck do they go to me when I'm hanging around spawn?
But this isn't so much about how you should play the game. This is about, it's almost a fight for possession of vanilla, which is not good. It is not good. You know, the comment was made somewhere that, you know, is Adam using vanilla as a testing ground for Namalsk? I can't remember who made that comment. But that's basically what it's coming down to. You've got the hardcore people like me who are loving that vanilla's going more hardcore. And then you've got and this is not saying that the running man is not a hardcore player. You know, you watch the guy, he does do the hunting, the fishing, the cooking, all the rest of that sort of stuff. But he's not a BDSM masochistic prick like myself who likes to suffer and really have to fight to survive. And where my fear comes in is that I want to hear not so much from the content creators as from the players.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, because the content creators are always going to be skewed towards, it's got to be interesting enough for their viewers to watch. Whereas what do the actual players want? The people who are playing to have fun themselves. And, you know, we talked about the TRMZ server being the most populated vanilla server and the player base dropping off. So it's I know it's carrying on a bit from last week's conversation, but this is more about the the schism that's starting to erupt between the two different factions, which are pretty much there. What do you guys
The other
think?
side as well. I mean, the other thing is, obviously, these are just content creators and people that are being vocal on Twitter. For every one of them that doesn't like something, there's probably 1,000 people that do like it and just are enjoying it and not on Twitter saying, "Yeah, I love this." You know, so the devs have got a balancing act between obviously what they hear in terms of feedback from some content creators, but at the same time, they've got to think about all the people they aren't hearing from who are enjoying the game just as it is, and they do.
No
want
news
change.
is good news. So when you've got fucking good news, you don't talk about. When it's bad news, you do.
Yeah. When you're enjoying something, you're too busy enjoying something to be out there talking about it with people.
Yeah.
So,
And I think when it comes back, going back to like the previous stuff with the dramas that have happened in the community in the past, with like the Milo stuff, the way I try and look at things now, or find myself looking at it now more often than not, is that if you're a company, let's say you're G Fuel, you're Razor, you're whoever else, you know, insert name of company who thinks, right, I see that the DayZ community is growing now. Shroud and Summit and that lot have come back. You know, maybe we're going to look into maybe sponsoring or something. You know, giving some sort of deal to some more DayZ content creators, because that's on the up. We can make some money out of that. That's cool. They then are going to go into the community. They're going to go onto Twitter and they're going to go onto Twitch and they're going to go onto YouTube. They're going to look into the comments on YouTube. They're going to look into people's Twitch streams, back on people's VODs. They're going to look back through people's Twitter feeds from the last like year or so, maybe even further. And they're going to be looking at, right, is this the kind of community that we want to get involved in? And if they're going to see people bitching and moaning constantly and have it, and they're going to see, oh, Milo's done this, JLK's done that, this person's done this, you know, such and such. There's always a drama, and it's always these three big content creators in this community that are involved in that drama, you know, and they're going to look at that and go, well, why the fuck are we going to invest any money and any time and effort into sponsoring Voidy, Wiidevil, UncleRayRayyy, Brim? Why are we going to bother sponsoring them? Granted, they might not have done anything wrong, but they look at the people like that, companies like that are going to look at the community as a whole. And if they come in and they see from that outside perspective, all they're going to see is drama, shit. And they're immediately going to go, well, why the fuck do I want to put any money in this? And they're going to take that money and they're going to go and give it to a different person or a different game category. They might go to Fortnite or, you know, or Minecraft or some other shite. You know, they're not going to come into our community and help us further our communities, because all they see is the shite. So what we really need to see is a lot more people like Happy Bombs who are doing positive things, putting on events, stay away from drama. People like RayyRayyy, believe it or not, you know, not staying away from the drama, not getting involved in shit, just keeping himself to himself, doing his own community, keeping things cool there. Because then that's what the companies are going to see. And that's then there's going to be more opportunities for all of us then to have sponsorships with companies. You know, we'll get G Fuel codes. We'll get fucking a bit of kickback from Razer when you buy a mouse, you know, because they're going to see that positive aspect. So we need to see a little bit more of that. We need the DayZ community as a whole to foster more of a positive aspect. Granted, have your opinions like Running Man's on Twitter, because he come up with some very valid points. You hit the nail on the head. But don't do it as a lot of people. Running Man's doesn't do it. He doesn't chat shit. But a lot of other people do. They will go on Twitter and say, rather than saying constructive criticism, they'll say, I don't like this because it's shit. And that's it. Yeah. And that's all these people are going to see. And so that's going to take away from the rest of the community. You know, so I think we need to see more people either be constructive like Running Man's was, or just shut the fuck up, because, you know, we're all trying to grow. We all want to see everyone succeed. We all want to see that positive shit. And that's what we need more of, especially in the world now. It's a shit fucking world we're living in at the moment. So to see more positive stuff and decent stuff is really what we need.
Marks, you can do Raycon earphones, but if I ever see fucking Raid Shadow leg ends on your fucking channel, mate, I will fucking ban you from chat.
Banned immediately. Excommunicated from the podcast community. No Raid Shadow Legends shit around here. Thank you. But yeah,
I will like say Bridge Wallet as well.
But yeah, I'd like to say he did bring up a very valid point. You know, 110 is not easy by any standard, and I've said it on my own streams. Like I streamed like 4 times this week, not including today, which really fucking shocked me that I had the arse to get out of bed. But like so many things now are going to change with the 110 update. There's going to be so many things because now you're going to have, not only are you going to have broken limbs, but you've got different items of clothing are going to affect your insulation, your cold, and things like that. And they're putting in the perishable food aspect, which now all of it's going to need tweaking and what have you, for when it's actually released to stable. But that's going to change a lot. I can kind of foresee there's going to be a lot of people on various community servers that are not going to be ready for it, because I don't think not everyone plays the experimental servers. Yeah. So I think there's going to be a lot of people who aren't even necessarily going to read the patch notes, and they're just going to, oh, there's a new update, bang, click go, update's done, right, I can play now. And then all of a sudden they're going to be freezing, their meat's going to be rotten in their bag, and their leg's going to fucking fall off, and they go, what the fuck is this?
Sorry, Brim, ask on behalf
I've never played XP, so I'm the
same
same
thing. Are you turning
thing.
tricks tonight?
My turn-in tricks. Well, to be fair, I'm working in a fucking hotel tonight, so I'll probably be. We did see a young lady come in tonight who was last night. Who was quite clearly didn't have a room booked and was there, according to her, with her very thick Eastern European accent, was there to see a friend. And I was like, yeah, of course you were. She was quite clear. When you do this job long enough, you pick up on who's who and what's what. Fair dues to her. Get your money, but yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of people who aren't going to be aware of what happens with what's coming up with expansion. I streamed it the other day, and people were like, "Hang about Broken Bones." Some people are used to seeing it because I played with Medical Mod before, but no, I was like, no, now it's vanilla. So if you don't go and play expansion, please check out. Like Mark's has done a video on it.
Experimental.
Plays and sorry.
Experimental, not expansion.
Expansion.
Sorry, experimental. Yeah. So
I didn't even pick up on that then.
Okay, I'm a boomer. I got it wrong.
As we say, the 73 in his name is not the year of its birth; it's his actual age. But yeah, no. Helkiana brings up a good point there, though. That community servers are going to be able to turn some of these features off and mess around with things to a degree, but for those who do like that sort of that more vanilla gameplay and things, it's really gonna change things. I think a lot of people, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'll be proved wrong in the next few months, but personally, I believe that DayZ as a game is changing quite a lot at the moment, for the better, in my opinion, as well. And I don't know if the majority of the community, certainly the more casual side, is kind of ready for that. I think, like I say, a lot of people aren't going to be. If they had done 110 and bought in broken legs, and then 111 bought in the perishable food, and then 112 bought in the clothing and the cold changes, I think that would have not necessarily been the better way to go, but for the casual players, it would have at least eased people in. I like that they've done it all in one, but I think that's at the same time, that's going to have a knock-on effect where you're going to see a lot more people on Twitter that are going to be getting a little bit arsey about the fact that, their meat suddenly moldy and their legs falling off and they're a bit fucking, their nips are poking out because it's a bit chilly, and it's gonna get mental. But luckily,
depends if you live long enough to get perishable food. You just fucking get made out otherwise.
There is that. There is that. Yeah, if you're going to be on a server with Rayyy, you probably won't have to worry about the perishable food happening just yet. But to be fair, I have noticed that the last couple of days, the DayZ Twitter has kind of come alive again a little bit. They've obviously appointed their new community manager, who's perking up, and DayZ is currently on sale as well, which is always, let's be honest, it's always fun. We always
is that on
DayZ
PC
sale.
as well? I thought it was PS4.
Across all of them.
Nice.
For some reason, even though I own DayZ, it's still somehow on my wish list, but I can't see it on my wish list. But every time it goes on sale, I get the email from Steam saying an item on your wish list is on sale. So I click and it says DayZ. I'm like, it's not on my wish list. I literally don't have it on my wish list anymore because I have it. I play it on a fucking almost a daily basis. But there is like a Czech and Slovak Games Week until November 2nd, where a whole bunch of games that are made by Czech and Slovak developers are on sale, and they're really, there's some fucking great deals. I think DayZ's relatively cheap now. I mean, it was not like it was fucking expensive in the first place, but that's on sale. Armor fucking 3 is 75% off on Steam at the moment for me, it's showing up as I think it's like £5.99. Like £6 for Armour 3 when it's normally about 25, 27 quid. You know, that's pretty decent. You know, you should get on that. And also, obviously, being that today is the day for it, they've actually got a Halloween event on at the moment as well. So if you go onto the DayZ, the regular DayZ launcher, not the modded standalone launcher, and just type in under the official servers tab, type in DayZ Halloween, and then just like refresh it a couple of times because not all the servers show up as quickly as others. There's about 20 or 30 servers, and it's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, where it's Halloween servers. They're probably going to turn them off, you know, and get rid of them again, you know, once the event's over. But that's on till like November 6th or November 9th, I think that says. My eyesight's shit. November 9th, there you go. You know, and they've got zombies with the jack-o'-lanterns on their head. It's foggy as hell. You cannot see more than about 100 feet in front of your face. So navigating, for all those people who don't use the main roads and maps, who just know their way around the map and go, right, if I just cross this field and head east, that's how I'm going to get to this town. Nah, I tried that. That ain't working. I've picked up a compass and I had the Eyes of Ive map out on my other screen because I was lost in the middle of a field. You stand in the middle of a field and you cannot see anything at all. You are fucked. It is so foggy. And according to this, it says more predators around with teeth like tusks. Now, to me, that looks like a wolf. And that says to me there's going to be a shit ton more wolves and you're going to get your ass munched on pretty much constantly. I didn't run into that. Yeah, some people pay good money for that. In my fucking hotel, no less, the dirty sods. But I've done what, 2, maybe 3 streams, each of them about 3 or 4 hours long on one of the Halloween servers. I got very lucky in VMC. Got me a nice M4, fully geared, rocking and rolling. There were 2 of them there. I was well happy. But they're so lowly populated. The servers are all either low or empty pop. So people need to get on there and get on it. I didn't run into any wolves at any point throughout the 12 odd hours that I played on one of the servers so far. But no, like I say, hardly anyone seems to be playing on it, which seems a shame. And I can kind of understand why. Because it's literally basically the same as the Halloween event they do every year. They make a bit of thick fog, they stick a pumpkin on a zombie's head, and that's about it. So it is kind of a shame, but I would like to see them update things a little bit more, you know, in the near future, where they actually add other things in to make it a bit more spooky, to give it that little bit more appeal. But people definitely should go on because it is a good laugh. Don't worry about trying to snipe because, like I say, sniping, you ain't seeing the hand in front of your face. So you ain't going to see what's the other end of a scope. It's going to be a grey screen. So everything's very close quarters. So PvP is very close and it's very personal now with those servers, which I think is brilliant. And then they decided, for some strange reason, to go trick or tweet, send us spooky poems. And the amount of spooky poems that were just, I mean, septic there. Roses are red, violets are blue. DayZ has a spooky event. It's probably going to make me poo. That, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a childish twat, but I giggled like a little schoolgirl reading that. I thought that was funny as hell. And there's just so many people. So if you get a chance, go on there, come up with a poem, tweet it out on the feed here for the devs, because it was funny as hell. There are some absolutely brilliantly unnecessary DayZ Halloween related poems that people have come up with, and I dread to think if we give RayyRayyy an hour to think, I'm sure he'll come up with
you know what? Now that you've brought that to my attention, I'm going to go on now. I'm going to create them a lovely poem.
I think we need it. We need it so badly. It's something that's missing from all our lives, and we desperately need it. But yeah. I'm glad they've done that. I'm looking forward to the Christmas event as well, because I know they probably do the same thing every year. They stick a bit of snow down and a couple of Christmas trees in Electro. But like, if I remember rightly, didn't they years ago, they used to have like presents at the bottom of the Christmas trees. You could go in, they had storage and you could get gear out of them and stuff. Like I love that. Just little random changes like that, I think, are absolutely brilliant. and I can't wait to see what they do. I'm hoping they'll do like a Valentine's Day event in February as well, and just like make everything like red, lovey-dovey. And they won't do it, but a couple of sex toys in a building just for a laugh, couldn't go amiss. Bottles of wine and rose petals and all that bollocks, just
I
for
have a chance
laugh.
to lose my virginity in that case.
Oh, you never know. Well, I'll say it's fucking taken you long enough. So 69 years is a long bloody
69
time.
years, still a virgin. That's
the way to do it. You're a pure man, if nothing else. But yeah, I love the fact they've put on a little event like that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. They need to add in more wolves because I didn't see any, but go for it. I think it's brilliant.
Need to do more events in general.
Yeah, and then Foxy, being the ever helpful admin of the podcast that he is, decided that it was a clip of mine that I shared on Twitter that he wanted to put forward this week.
I like this.
I have mixed opinions about my own clip, but it is what it is.
Looking smooth.
I'm so fucking anal retentive about my inventory. Everything has to be in its perfect place. I'm so OCD, it's unreal.
Yo, don't kill me. Fuck off. I'm trying to cook, man. Behave yourself.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Fucking will be sorry. Asshole.
He made me burn.
Rayyy approves, I reckon.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm friendly. As soon as he turns around, bop, straight in the head. Love it.
And that was on a 110 experimental server as well, because I was smoking the chicken breast I had to try and to test it and see how long it lasted and what have you. And I thought, you know what? While I'm here, I'm a bit peckish. I'll get some chicken breast I've got on me cooked down as well, just because I need to have a little munch. Bit of pumpkin. We'll laugh and see if we can roast it. And a fucking guy just turns up out of nowhere. And that is a reason why I like those houses, because they've got the big fireplace with loads of storage slots for cooking pots and stuff like that. It's got like 2 slots, whereas the little skinny ones in some houses, you can only put 1 cooking pot on the flat top. But in those, they're bigger, so you can fit like 2 cooking pots or a cooking pot and a frying pan. So I always try and use those. But I always shut both doors. So shut the outer door at the top of the stairs and the inner door that leads into the building, because then you can hear when someone opens that first door. So I managed to react quicker than I would if I hadn't closed that door, because he would have just opened 1 door and there I was. So we've had UncleRayRayy's top tips tonight. That's a Brimstone top tip. Shut the fucking doors. Or even better, go into one of those beige houses that's got the bedroom upstairs. You can't cook in them because they don't have a stove up there. It's downstairs. But if you're taking a moment, to answer a text message on your phone, if someone's coming in that house, they've got to go through at least 3 or 4 doors to get to you. So you'll hear them coming. It's like an early warning signal. Proper sneaky.
I don't think I've cooked anything on DayZ ever on fire ever. Don't think I've ever done it.
Well, that's the thing, with the 110 update, that's going to change a lot, because for me, like no matter what server I'm on, I will try and kill a cow or as many chickens as I can, get loads of meat, cook them up. They last forever. They never go moldy. They keep their heat forever. They're great for when the weather's a bit shit. Chuck a bit of steak in your pocket and you're away. You're not going to be able to do that anymore, or certainly not as well, because your meat's going to go moldy and the temperature's going to go down really quickly.
Yeah.
So, and I love that is my friend Billy here. There's a running joke from one of the Hellfire Show streams from years ago, where when we used to play with Billy quite often, you were not allowed to kill chickens. It was a rule of his. The chicken is God. There was a chicken god called Bwok Bwok, and you were not allowed to kill chickens. It was the biggest sin you could do. And yeah, he happened to jump into one of my streams the other day just as I twatted a chicken around the head with an axe and started cutting it up. And I was like, that's not what you think it is. He fell dead from a heart attack. And he gave me something awful. I didn't feel bad at all. I was fucking hungry, so I ate it. But yeah, I just couldn't believe the cheek of that bloke just running in. I'm in the middle of just making me dinner, mate. There's no need. You don't need to be coming in and pissing people off when they're cooking their dinner, especially not a fat bastard like me. I need my food. And he comes in and just tries to punch me, and I was like, I'm not having that. I had to channel my inner Rayyy and just get the betrayal on the go, because I couldn't let that sit. I couldn't.
Sorry, we just had someone randomly join us in the channel.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Someone with the name Tom, and they had the DayZ dev tag or developer tag.
God only knows.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom, if you're watching. But yeah,
I dread to think with all the people we've got in our bloody Discord nowadays.
Yeah.
I genuinely dread to think what's who and what can possibly pop up at any given time. I did wonder why it was a bit like we were all sort of because I didn't spot it, but you lot looked like you saw something. I'm like, what the fuck are they seeing? I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Oh, look, I quickly muted it because I just didn't know who it was, in case something inappropriate got said. But I'll have to check that out later. Send him a message, and it might have just been a misclick. I've done it myself, looking in a channel and clicked on a channel.
I do it frequently.
Yeah, it's a boomer thing.
I do it on a daily basis. But our next topic is actually, it's a clip I got. I jumped into one of Sumrak's streams a couple of days ago. He was playing with, I think he was actually with Helkiana and Septic Falcon, and he unfortunately in game passed away, as we all quite often do. But I managed to get this clip of him showing up a new version of. He was playing 110, playing with a new version of the spawning screen. So I'll
right now,
play that one now for you.
You have two options if the server allows it. One is respawn random, so that's the usual, and respawn custom.
Thank God.
Respawn was previously customized character. A customized character can be created from the main menu. So if you are in the main menu, you can create a character, and that one will be used. Basically.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who kill themselves over and over until they get the character they want.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't think I have.
Helkiana, if you were able to get that implemented, thank you fucking forever, mate. Because that was one of my biggest pet peeves with DayZ right now. I've got a character model I like, and especially when you've got an interaction more focused server, people like to have the same character, so people might recognize them, and it'll influence them. If they're a bandit, you'll know that they're a bad guy, and if you're a hero, they might recognize you, and yeah.
But that was the first I'd seen of it, and it was just purely by chance that I happened to jump into one of Sumrak's streams, and I thought, I'm gonna have a little look, see what he's getting up to, and he, like I say, he was running with Helkiana and Septic, having a good laugh. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's new. Oh, I'm doing the agenda this week. Quick, clip it. And it took me about 15 minutes to properly get it down. I'm so fucking OCD with it to get the perfect start and end piece on it and edit it down in the fucking clip thing. It was a nightmare. But yeah, I'm really glad that that's a thing. I'm hoping that we see that as a full implementation when 110 goes to stable.
Foxy raises a good point, though. That is quite an ugly interface.
Yeah, it's
it's not the best looking.
Have you seen DayOne's servers? The character randomization on that?
No, I saw his trader. I played on his servers a little bit and saw his traders, but I didn't actually see the character creation thing. I think I'd literally just had spawn. Let's fucking go.
Give me a sec.
His UI works pretty good.
If I can find it. Community V plus. You have to give me a sec. My ping is terrible.
Good old Aussie internet.
Oh yeah.
You fucking bling-gala.
Flaming
Galar, mate. It's Flaming Galar.
I was waiting to see how long it was going to take. You managed to go a whole almost 2 hours and 20 minutes without pulling that out.
He's desperate to pull out the Australian.
I'm so proud of you.
For you, you can do Boydie the elitist.
Boydie the wanker.
You got a survival, mate. Fucking survival aspect of DayZ.
Tell them how they've got to play the game.
Look, I'll find it later. But his user interface is just the bee's knees, the duck's guts of how, if they could implement it like he's done, he'll just blow people's minds. He's doing, again, we blow wind up to one all the time, but he's doing some amazing stuff with his interfaces and that. His trader
Yeah, you are
is brilliant.
nice.
His trader's really cool looking. It's a shame that his servers aren't more popular. I wonder if it's maybe because people don't realise that he's got that trader. I don't know whether maybe it just needs a little bit more.
He needs Rayyy to go on there. Rayyy, you need
he needs Rayyy to go on there.
What has he got a new trader or something? Because I've never been to a trader. You've
Vanilla plus servers. Is what they
not
are.
The
not the
ones.
deathmatch ones, but he's actually got proper servers, which are more vanilla-ish. But the trader he's got is fucking next level shit, mate. I'll send this to you as a message. It's one of the most interactive servers you will ever see. Yeah, I've just sent it through to you, mate.
Yeah, I don't mind where I play as long as it's victims there. I don't give a fuck.
I've opened up the link for the video from Mark's, and I'm just getting double fucking ads. I'm like, fuck off, man! I just want to look at a trader. I'll chuck the video up if you get a chance to ever go on and have a look at his trader. It's really cool, and definitely check out Mark's channel because he does some fantastic videos.
Look at this, Ray. Watch this when you walk up to the actual person.
Checking out a new trader mod.
There goes the copyright.
And so
yeah, that's why I skipped it
at the moment. But he says in the future it will in progress, as he has said.
We'll mute it for now, just in case. But yeah, this is the trader. It basically shows all the different items that you've got, rather than the sound, and the different. It makes it so that if your item is worn or damaged, the prices will be adjusted in comparison to if it's pristine. And you can have a good look at the weapon. You see there it shows damaged, whether it's rare or not, how much it will sell for, things like you can actually properly look in. It's such a cool mod. Lists of all the different weapons that trader allows at that moment. It's such a cool trader. The fact that this is not the standard trader is mad.
One of the best things about it, Rayyy, I know we're going a bit off topic here, but have you ever been to a trader and you've had like 2 M4s and you've had one in your hand and you click sell and it sells the fucking one in your hand, not the one that you want to trade? This one, it actually lists the items by body part like it's showing there. So it's showing that's what's on your shoulder. So you're not going to mistake selling the one that you want to sell from your backpack just to get money with the one that you've been carrying in your hands. So it's just
because if you've got one in your hands, it will show up under that hands tab instead. So you can choose: do I want to sell the one that's on my back or the one I'm holding in my hands?
And the traders will only buy and sell certain items. They're not interested in everything. So it gets you moving around the map and different traders for different things. His servers should be way more popular.
Yeah. It's such a cool idea for a trader. It really is. But like I say, no one seems to. I don't know whether, like I say, I think we need to get the information out there a bit more because it's such a cool thing that he's done. And he's done so much to help, the DayZ community as a whole. A lot of the mods he's worked on, a lot of the mods he's created, not just his admin tools that I absolutely love, but a lot of other stuff as well. He's absolutely brilliant. So he definitely deserves a little bit more on that. But yeah, next topic, Sunrak. He's put out another bit of information there for one of his Namalsk stories,
which has already been cracked by M. Nagant.
What the fuck are these numbers anyway? Is this like a code you got to crack?
Yeah. Yep.
Basically, yeah.
And it gives you a server IP
I think
and
it's a
coordinates
server
to the map.
Isn't it? Yeah. Server IP and coordinates, and then you go on to that server, look for those coordinates, and he's gone onto those servers and basically buried a stash of loot that gives you more information to a story. It's kind of like building up the lore of Namalsk for when he releases that map.
I was actually reading the story today, and I'm really hoping that one of the more talented editors, someone who is able to, my spotlight today is going to be an example of someone who could do it, but someone actually takes his stories and turns it into a video, because his stories are fucking so immersive.
Yeah, and they, like I say, M. Nagant and a couple of people in Discord found the location on DayZ core server, and they unlocked Namalsk Stories Pain. And I've just linked in my chat and Boydie's chat there the link to basically find all the stories. And he's basically releasing every couple of weeks a new story on his personal website for Namalsk. And it tells a story of the history of Namalsk.
Hey, can you click on the story?
From the perspective of the player.
I've got a conspiracy
theory.
theory.
Oh, on the...
I've got a... No, on the actual...
on this bit?
The story. The link. The
story, not the...
The link that you posted. The Night Stalkers one.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Now click on
So,
Pain.
yeah,
the last one. Pain. Scroll down. Stop. Wait. Let me find it. I'll go right down to the bottom, actually. I know it was at the end of the story. Stop there.
I think this is like the
last
story
line
as well.
My thoughts were quickly interrupted by, what does he use there?
Fast approaching helicopter. How these fuckers keep finding me, and who the hell are they?
Helicopters confirmed for DayZ. I'm telling you, boys and girls, helicopters confirmed for DayZ.
I'll say he did say, didn't he, that the devs themselves that overall said that that helicopters weren't going to be in DayZ because it was going to be far too much work because they were going to do it differently to expansion. But
don't believe Foxy, don't believe Helkiana. I called it first. It's a podcast exclusive. It's fucking confirmed, people.
We are getting a helicopter. I fucking hope we are. I doubt it, unfortunately. But I really hope we are. But yeah, he's done I think this is like the 4th story. Let me see. Yeah. Awakening, Dawn of a New Era, Encounter and Pain. I don't know how many more he's got left to do. But each story is a continuation of the last. And it tells it's like chapters in a book. You know,
and I love that he's mixing it up. I love that he's sending people to different well-known community servers. He deserves to be, patted on the back for that. That's very, very good of him, helping out these servers. And yes, he's done DayZ Underground and DayZ Core, and I think he's even done a vanilla server. I can't remember what the other one was, but it's good that he's doing this and getting people trying out different servers. And they've all been more realism-based ones as well, which I've liked.
Yeah.
When the fuck does the Namalsk come out? When is there a date for it?
2020 is all he said. By the end of the year.
There's not a date, but it should be before New Year.
Set in stone this year.
Yeah, that's why they've done the 1.10 update the way they have, because he wanted to make the base game live up to what he wants Namalsk to be. So he wanted those survival aspects, that cold, the meat, the broken bones, things like that, because those are all part of Namalsk. Essentially, you can't really have the Namalsk map without those survival features in a way. So he wanted the base game to be up to a certain level before he released Namalsk, and theoretically we've now got that with what is currently on experimental. So he has said that he is still on track for a 2020 release. So considering now on the 31st of October he's running out of time. So
I've no idea about the Namalsk map itself. So do you know how Livonia has like massive wooded areas? Is the Namalsk more fucking cities and shit?
Namalsk, I think, is like similar to like a Siberia type thing where it's just fucking snowing everywhere. I think there's a lot of big towns. Yeah. I'm not, to be fair, I'm not really one to fucking speak on it. I've never played on Namalsk either, but I know it's very bloody cold and very snowy. So it will look good. Yeah. And it's a shame when we were lucky enough to have Adam on the podcast a few months back, we had said about the idea of Namalsk, and we said, are we going to see that in that invisible monster thing they used to do? And I think he has come out and said that invisible weird teleporting monster zombie thing is not going to be in. And there's a part of me that's glad about that, because how the fuck am I going to fight that? I can't fight off a fucking chicken 9 times out of 10. Someone will going to deal with that.
Someone will make a mod for it.
Inclement Dab's already done Stalker Anomalies. He's already done it. He's already got them ready. Yeah, it's going to be so good. And if you go on the website at the bottom here, little donate button, click on that PayPal link, chuck him a couple of spare pennies if you've got them, because granted, he's the lead developer of DayZ and that is his career, his full-time employment. But this is something that's got fuck all to do with DayZ, to do with Bohemia, I should say. This is something he is doing off his own back in his private life
separate as a modder. You know, he was one of us before he got the job at Bohemia. You know, and he's doing this all himself. He's funding this himself. You know, so if you get a chance, as we say, you know, modders, server owners, anything like that, if you enjoy what they do, go and chuck them a couple of pennies, you know, or if you can't afford it, that's also fine. Just hit them up on Twitter and say, look, I really like what you've done recently, really enjoyed it. You know, just give a little shout out to them and let them know, because like I say, he's not doing this as part of Bohemia. He's literally doing this off his own back for shits and giggles on his own time as a passion project. So
I really hope
he 100% deserves.
I really hope that, based on the feedback that I'm seeing on Twitter and that as well, I really hope that our wish comes true and BI buy it off him and release it, because there's a lot of people on console who are excited for Namalsk as well. The hype is even reaching them, and to share it with our console brothers and sisters. As much as you hate it, people, they are gamers as well. I know they're on consoles, but yeah, I think it'd be
the red-headed stepchild of DayZ.
It'd be a crying shame if they miss out on. Let's face it, he's the master of maps. And
let's be honest, when you think about it, granted they're gonna then have to charge for it, but I see no issue with that in the slightest. Like, I paid for Livonia and it was like 12 quid. So like, I make that in an hour of work. Like, do you know what I mean? That's nothing. That's pittance, essentially, for something as cool as Livonia, and you know, also for obviously Namalsk. And like, if Bohemia do come to some arrangement, split the money. Adam's getting paid a fare for it. DayZ are getting a bit for it, and we're getting something that we've all wanted for fucking years. So that can only be a win-win.
I would love to see a map where it was a huge city, where you just go house to house fighting people and shit. But I don't know.
Yes, I've said
like a huge fucking city.
Yep.
Just one ginormous, humongous,
the one I
20-kilometer electro.
The one I think of is huge. New York. You've got Central Park. Yeah. So you've got this big, massive wilderland in the middle of the city, but with towers. And I know it'll probably be a fucking lag fest, but I would love to see someone try it. It might be a server that can only handle 20 to 40 people tops, but I think you could, for the lack of area, like the size of the map, 25 by 25 or whatever, you could. G'day, Adam. You could make this server that is 3-dimensional. That people are going into the towers and searching, and I've said this for a long time, Ray, and I've forgotten about it. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah. I would love it, man. Just imagine, like, you've got groups of different people all over across this massive city. You bump into each other, you're having fights, you're fucking torturing people in high-rise flats and stuff. I'll be all over that shit, mate.
Adam, I think he's saying yes, please, to the idea as well. He likes the idea of a map like that as well. I just think it would be fucking amazing, just for something different. I love the wilderness, but let's face it, most of us live in cities. So I think there's a whole different vibe the map could have to anything that's out there at the moment.
Yeah, it would be really, really good to see. And since Adam is in chat, can we get a confirmed date for Namalsk by any chance? Just on the off chance, because we're waiting. And if I can suggest a date, Christmas Day. I know it seems a bit shit because everyone's going to be busy with families and all that sort of stuff.
I agree. Christmas Day.
But fuck family, I want Namalsk. Family can fuck off. They can go and sit quietly in the corner with their candy canes and their eggnog. I want Namalsk.
I wouldn't play it on Christmas Day. It's a family day for me.
Oh, I would.
But it'd be the most amazing Christmas present from Adam to everyone in the DayZ community who's waited patiently all this time. I'm getting sick of fucking about every 3 or 4 weeks or so I get a comment on the Namalsk sneak peek video I did saying, still not out yet. And I just want to reach through the fucking internet and strangle them.
Scorched earth policy on those motherfuckers.
Still not out yet.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, I think that would be perfect. A Christmas Day drop. I would neglect the fuck out of everyone on Christmas Day and just immediately be streaming.
Can we get an F in chat for Niche? Christmas Day,
my birthday. Oh, nah, damn that.
Oh,
Won't be
my
Christmas
God.
Day, that I can assure you. My availability will be limited around that time. Oh, come on, Adam, you're teasing us now. I don't usually mind being teased, but this is taking the mickey, this, tell you.
That means we get it before.
It could be. The earlier the better. Tomorrow will do.
He's probably going to say fucking COVID's made him not release the map this year.
Yeah.
Fucking next year.
What a troll.
Everyone
What a
blames
troll.
everything on COVID this year.
To be fair, it's got a lot of fucking answer for it at this point, I can tell you.
Oh, it does,
but
yeah.
let's have a look. What are we? Because I think there was a couple of points I didn't put on the agenda that that you mentioned as well, Boydie. I think you put something in. Where did you put it? Did you put it
in the admin one? I think.
Was it in the admin chat?
But that was a serious
if
one.
I
We
can
can wait
find it.
until the end of the podcast for that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I know that I've got it and where it is, so that I can bring it up when the time is right. But yeah, we'll swing on to the community spotlight segment of the show towards the end here. So every week, as a lot of people will know on this podcast, we have a community spotlight section. So this is where us as the hosts will pick something. It could be a streamer they want to shout out. It could be a YouTube video they saw recently they think deserves a bit more look. Maybe it could be a mod they've seen, something like that. Anything you like. Could be a modder they want to shout out. So I'll throw it to you, Boydie, first of all, since you're top left and first on my screen there. What was your choice,
mate,
for this week?
I actually got to watch a little bit and take some time to look at some videos and just stuff that's been happening. And this week blew me away with some of the shit I found. But the one that impressed me the most was what is it again? Let me bring up.
Was it the car door carrying one?
Yes. I'm just finding.
I've got it up.
You do? Okay.
I've got it up. I shall.
Guy's. Please mute it straight away.
It's already on the mute. Don't you worry. I have done that.
This guy's channel, holy shit! It blew me away with the quality of his editing. I don't know what's gone wrong. You've changed screens that you're showing.
Have I? There we go. Yeah, sorry. It's just because I've got it showing up differently.
Yeah.
Where has it gone? There it is at the end.
So Daone of Chernerus. Holy shit, this guy makes an amazing immersive video. 53 fucking minutes. I watched him walk around the map holding a car door with what's his name? Chill Pilgrim and him do videos together. And it was the most amazing journey. It took them, I think he said, 2 weeks to finish. This was on the DayOne servers as well. And they carried fucking car doors all the way around the map. They died a few times. They killed a lot of people. But it was just the most random, amazing video. But what made it so good was his editing. You know, I haven't been this excited watching a video for the technical aspect of the editing since Fubar Bundy. Fubar Bundy is the gold standard for me on how to edit a DayZ video. And then this guy is up there on par with just his music plays pretty much through the whole video. Super FT LOL was my gold standard for music in videos beforehand. In how to pick music that really accentuates the moment. He uses a lot of copyright music, but that's his prerogative.
Hence why I've muted it.
Yeah, that's his prerogative. If he wants to, so be it. But it was just a brilliant journey. I've got to say, if you have not subbed to his channel, please go and sub. Daone is Chinaris. You put the link to it. Yeah, you did, Brim.
I've linked to it in the chat there, so
give
it
him
can
a
be
sub.
found. But yeah.
The other thing as well, if you could click on his actual channel.
I certainly can.
And he's got, go to the videos.
Muted. Just over 1,000 subs.
Not the Dear Isle one. Can you click on Epic Livonia DayZ Cinematic?
Where am I seeing that?
Third row down, fourth from the left.
Oh, yep, there it is. Spotted it with both my eyeballs.
Look at this, guys. Unmute it, mate. Unmute the sound. You've got to hear the audio with it.
So don't get me copyright struck now. See, this is the sort of thing I absolutely love.
Yeah, maybe muted again.
Yeah, just in case. Let's not risk it. But yeah, that is, I mean, some of the views, look at that. That is absolutely incredible.
If you go to about halfway, there's a scene where he's doing slow-mo running, holding a flare. Yeah, there.
There it is.
Yep. It's just fucking... He's just got a knack for... I wouldn't be surprised if this guy does something like Daone or Happy Bombs. Yes, yeah. Kamido says it there. It's not so much the editing that's great, that it is the directing. He knows how to frame a scene. He knows... Minder is someone who I've always admired for this as well. Some of Minder's videos, he does some amazing work with the camera angles and stuff he does. But yeah, if that video there, Epic Livonia, he's got one for Deer Isle as well. I'm hoping to God, because if you click on that one again.
Oh, on that same video?
Yeah, on that same video. And scroll down to the comments.
Pretty much all positive bollocks.
Maybe it was the Deer Isle one. But even Sumrak's aware of this guy. Might have been on the Deer Isle one. And I hope to God that Sumrak has a chat with him and asks him to maybe do a high quality The Secrets of Deer Isle or DayZ cinematic.
Look at that.
Yeah. There you go, Sumrak.
There you go. Sumrak.
Awesome cinematic.
Good work. Yeah, I mean, I love cinematic related stuff, everything like that. It's one of the joys of being of sort of helping with admin in a server is you getting that free cam and just being able to fly over places and just get all these different views yourself. I think it's absolutely it's one of the best parts of it. DayOne was such an awesome map.
I do have one other quick one. I've just got to change screens for a sec. Can't reveal the secrets of our chat.
I dread to think. I honestly do.
No. The message I shared, the email I received.
Oh right, yes.
I can't.
Yes.
Where did I post that? Was that maybe in the team podcast suggestions?
Can't remember. Actually, now you mention it.
No, the thing you
I'm not
posted
sure where you shared it
this morning.
No, this was a few weeks ago. Sorry, not weeks, a few days ago. Someone sent me an email wanting to shout out a little server, but I've lost it. I'll find it, and I'm waiting for a reply on them as well. As to,
I think I've got the server saved. It was the one that said that asked about it, that emailed you about it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find, because I think I've got the server. There it is. I've got the server saved on my standalone launcher because I did nip on the server and have a wee sneaky peek. Let me see if I can share my screen, and now you're going to see all the servers I've listed, right. And people are going to get upset that I've not got their server listed, but never mind. Build a bridge, get over it, and all that. There it is. So it's, where is it? That one. Solanum Survival.
Yeah. So only a 20 slot, but if it's a survival-ish sort of server, that's not. I've only got 40 on mine. They bothered to send an email, and part of the reason I wanted to mention it was you don't have to just send us an email, folks. You can join the chat, and our patrons we hit up every week for something to talk about, which actually we haven't done. We did have a patron suggestion. So we've got to do that quickly. But
I'd say it was
also,
Scale Speeder, I think, wasn't it, that suggested something?
we also
if I
have
remember
guest
rightly.
suggestions as well. So if you've got podcast suggestions, guest suggestions, anything, just join our Discord and you can put it in there as a topic. And if there's enough interest, we'll definitely cover it.
Yeah, so I'm just looking here at the patron chat in Discord to try and fathom from Scale Speeder. One thing I'm working on at the moment, bit tricky as I play PC through GeForce now. Let you guys talk about it. What exactly is DayZ on Armor 3 and how does it differ from the mod and standalone?
I've got no
I'd
clue.
love to find out.
I've honestly got no clue.
I think it's.
I'm
I
looking
think
at
it's
Ben
valid
for this.
Yeah, because I think we mentioned it, didn't we, with the whole Frankie on PC fella saying that he was on about coming back and that was what he was going to be doing. But yeah, I'll defer to Ben on that one because I'm sure he's more knowledgeable.
There's no like DayZ mod for Armor 3, unless it's something changed very recently. I don't know. So what you have to do is just get an Armor server and mod the absolute shit out of it with loads of separate mods to create like a DayZ experience type of thing. I did it a couple of years ago. Honestly, yeah, in some ways it turns out really fucking good because you haven't got loads of bugs to deal with and you've got a lot of stuff you can get in Armor that you can't get in DayZ. That said, though, it doesn't have the look of DayZ and the immersion of it. I don't think myself. So it was a safer option for Frankie because he's not got as many problems with Armor as you have with standalone. So.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at what Comedo just wrote in chat. I feel like there is a hidden goal in this podcast. I bet between the other hosts, how long can we keep UncleRayRayyy quiet for?
Half the shit you're talking about, I have no idea what it is.
So, funnily enough, I'm going to go through my chat and scroll up a little bit here. We've because we've had a couple of Rayyy regulars in mind that have piped up something like that as well. We've had Rolly and Kaiser in here and Muller Yogurts himself as well, saying how does where is it there? Don't think I've ever seen Rayyy so quiet. That's from Muller. And then I am Bobby. Rayyy must be well medicated today.
Yeah, we have to get the nurses to turn up the meds a bit before he came on the show.
Yeah, he's talking about things I've no knowledge about, so I'm like, yeah, crack on, boys.
Just smile and wave, smile and wave. It's the best way for it. But Ben, what was your? Yours. In fact, I'll let you tell us about your choice. It's a valid choice.
Yes, my community spotlight this week. I was tuned in to Helkiana the other day, who's doing a Halloween event today.
Yes.
It's absolutely fucking amazing the effort that's gone into creating this event, and it looks brilliant. Like like when I saw it, it was like I saw the DayZ characters in another game. It was amazing. I've actually put a video in the Discord with a trailer to it. You should have a look at it. It's fucking brilliant.
I've got it. Music?
No copyright music, as far as I know, mate. You should be safe.
Thank God. That's not it because it's down this end. I think it's valid as well because I want to give a little quick shout out before I play the video to Helkiana as well and her WillowGlade server. I agree with you, Ben, because I did jump on WillowGlade a couple of times, and the first time I jumped on, Helkiana, bless her, as lovely as she is, was kind enough to DM me on Discord and just say how's your time on the server been so far, and just sort of had a quick little chat with me, sort of followed up to make sure everything was golden. So yeah, I've got a lot of love for Helkiana and her server because it was a lot of fun. But I will chuck the video on.
That's awesome.
Now, does that not tickle you in the pants a bit?
Yeah.
Tickles me in a lot of places, and it makes me really fucking angry that I've got to go to work tonight and I can't.
I like
sit and
that.
play.
I like that on the side of the screen there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that's the Namalsk confirmed, set in stone. That is.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, the event's tonight as well. So I think I put a link to Helkiana's Discord in the one of the channels, so you can join our Discord and get involved in the event tonight if you want.
I'll just quickly post a link in Boydie and my chats as well for the actual video, and you can watch it yourself and find other information.
Good news for you, Brim. Good news for you, Brim. Helkiana's just said the event's for the next week as well.
Oh, thank fuck! Well, I'm doing this then.
So, honestly, like I was watching it, it was amazing.
So what exactly is it, and what do you do?
It's well, tell you what, Helkiana's here, she could explain it better.
I'm losing you guys a bit. It's not my stream choking up, but the Discord's choking up.
That doesn't surprise me. That's the Discord, I suppose.
Discord's in it.
There we go.
But, I think it's along the lines of like survive the location type of thing.
So you go somewhere and you guys just survive for a certain length of time in that area?
I believe so, yeah. She could probably do a better job of explaining it to me. But yeah, there's obviously those monsters that you're seeing in there aren't your average zombies, so it's not easy to survive type of thing.
There you go. Waves of zombies with a boss.
There you go. Like,
and those zombies look so much fucking cooler and so much scarier than the pumpkin-headed ones in vanilla at the moment on the events. They look incredible. At the end, if you survive, you get big rewards. Happy days. I'll trust Kamito to be the one to bring up the most valid point. The boss should be UncleRayRayyy.
You just reminded me, though, I do want to do one more shout out before I give it over to you and RayyRayyy to do yours. Chris FPS put a video up of the maze, which was
from Prevail, wasn't it?
A fucking outstanding event. And what you just saw there with a custom location thing, it's amazing the shit people are making at the moment. That maze, I just looked at it and I was like, that's next level. That's some next level shit. And then we've got Helkiana doing this waves of, almost like a COD zombie sort of feel, like Foxy said. But yeah, if Chris, if you're still in chat, mate, please put a link to that video because it was fucking RayyRayyy, you would love it, mate. I'd love to see you do the maze.
So what you do in the maze? Is it just literally a maze with people you're trying to murder in it?
No, you've got to try and survive the maze, and you're with a group of other survivors.
Can you betray the survivors?
You could betray them if you wanted to, because everyone's got resources. Flares and heat packs and a little bit of food and stuff like that, and you find stuff as you go through the maze, and there's bad guys in the maze trying to kill you. You could probably even talk to him about maybe being one of the bad guys in the maze. I don't know, but
want to give people a chance to survive and know I can't be the bad guy.
There you go. There's the link. He's just put it in my chat, mate. If you want to click on that for later.
Yeah. Me and Chris were going to do a YouTube video, but never got around to doing it. It was going to be called Toxic DayZ. We're murdering everyone.
Mate, you need to team up with ArchieStormcloud as well.
Archie, yeah. I've been on his channel a few times. I like Archie. He's a good lad.
Oh, he's funny. He's a funny man. Some of his toxic soup videos and just some of the nasty shit he does, playing on people's either stupidity or their tendency to want to cheat. They're my favourite ones. The ones where he tricks the glitches and the people who are prepared to do glitches and hacks and stuff like that. And yeah.
Oh, didn't he do the one where he said if you do a certain set of moves and then hit F11 and do this, that, and the other, and it will make you win? It was just people just stabbing themselves in the throat and sending themselves back to the coach.
These people to bloody suicide, and
you can have God mode and you've got to do these things.
He got guys to stand on top of the apartments and put a fucking car door right on the very edge. And then he told them that like you could keep picking it up and then you'd eventually float, and then they'd just fucking pick the door up and go.
That's some evil genius level shit, isn't it? Excuse me, I'm fucking dying.
If you message Helkiana might be able to put the Discord in the link again.
Did I not
that's the idea of these sorts of events, mate. There you go. Helkiana's just said there. We run events, anyone can join. Occasionally, rarely, you'll see a streamer, content creator exclusive event, but the majority of these communities are running events for people anyone in that community to join. It's how you grow and how you make a good community. So
yeah. And Helkiana's server just generally is quite a lot of fun to play.
The other thing as well,
it's a little bit more hardcore.
Helkiana is a fucking modding goddess, and any server she runs is going to have some of the best, most awesome shit out there.
Go on there and check out all the custom locations she's done. They're like the effort in them is fucking a million miles above me. I just fucking get buildings and just plonk them in and go, that'll do.
Same as me.
Yeah, the effort. It looks absolutely insane.
Helkiana's another one of those people that if you ever go onto the workshop, I had this with Dumpgra. You go on and you see people. It gets the list of people that are attributed to that mod who helped with that mod. And Helkiana's name pops up almost fucking everywhere now as well. She's helped a lot of people with a lot of stuff. Yeah. So
she's another one who gives more than she takes from the community. I love her to death. She's fucking amazing.
Yeah, big shout outs to Helkiana. But before I over to you, Rayyy, is there anything you've seen recently, YouTube videos, other streamers, anything you like that you can think of you want to shout out and give a little nod to?
Fucking typically I didn't come prepared to say anything, but since he's in the chat, I'll give a little bit of a shout out to me boy Kamito, because he does all the fucking songs, does all the videos for my channel. He does stream himself, so make sure you check him out. His name's in the chat right now. I think if he's still there, make sure you check him out. Yeah, but like I say, the music he's done for my channel and like the videos and stuff is unbelievable. He's actually working on some music to do for the YouTube videos when we eventually do it as well in a minute. So like I say, we'll avoid all that DMCA shit as well by keeping it fucking unique to the channel. And the music he does do is like professional grade, so I love that guy. He's a fucking legend. Make sure you check him out. And there's another guy in chat called fucking
games too. He was last playing Worms Armageddon. I loved the Worms games. They were great back in the day.
Not normal.
He normally plays with a worm and he's by himself as well, so
yeah, no, I will agree with that. Helkiana's great, and Kamito's like tunes are just they're next level. They really are brilliant. Have over 30k hours in Worms Armageddon. Do you know what the weird part is? That is not difficult to believe. That's the worst part.
Actually, Rayyy, there's a mod.
Yeah.
Hell Retex, I think, where they have a tape player like you find on DayZ Underground. And they actually give you instructions to record your own tapes that can be played.
Yeah.
So if you ever did start your server again, you would be able to get those songs and put them onto tapes that people could find in-game.
Yeah.
So
what they need is a fucking DayZ boombox, you know, like walking around with one of your fucking shoulder playing music and shit, but not real music.
just play all of Kamito's tracks on repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. I never thought of that. I forget that Hell Retex mod's got that.
Yeah.
Someone was telling me there's a DayZ Torture mod, but I've never fucking heard of it before. Is there actually a Torture mod? Someone said that it was. Because I would love the Torture mod to be on the fucking server. Pulling people's fucking teeth out and stuff.
I would love that. That would be brilliant. I've never heard of one. I know there's been rumors of one.
Someone did tell me it was a torture mod and they said it was on a server, but like I say, I can't fucking remember.
It might be like one that's just exclusive to a specific server
possibly,
or something, then, rather than a public mod, which would be a shame because, let's be honest, mods like that are what we need in life, generally speaking. But my spotlight is a YouTube video. I believe it only came out today, if I'm not mistaken, and it's Lax Hawthorne. It did only come out today, and it's called "Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?" And if anyone's ever watched, more than a couple of hours of a Lax stream, you'll know there's a character, a guy that he's played with over the years called Magnus. He's a guy from Stockholm in Sweden, and he's funny as fuck. Because he just moans, like he walks, and I don't mean like complains. I mean as in like as if he's having an orgasm, and I don't think he doesn't realise he's doing it. He'll be running around and just and you, the fuck was that? And it's Magnus just walking around minding his business, having a fucking play with himself or something. And this video is Lax's first first interaction, the first time he ever met Magnus, and how it all went down. And it is absolutely fucking brilliant. I managed to watch it prior to starting the podcast today, and I was in fucking tears.
I have to watch that.
And the great thing is as well, it's Lax on YouTube, which when we last had, we've had him on the podcast a couple of times, and every single time we've had him on, we've basically peer pressured and bullied him, haven't we? into like, you need to do YouTube, Lax. You're fucking brilliant. Do it. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll figure it out and I'll get on with it at some point. And we're all sort of sat there thinking, we're probably not going to see a Lax video anytime soon. And then he's been uploading pretty regularly recently. Like the last couple of months, he's put out like at least one a week.
Best way to grow your channel, folks. Twitch
and he's got
shit for growing. YouTube is an awesome way to get yourself bigger.
Yeah, and I know Ben mentioned it when we were talking about Lax on a previous stream about, and speaking about with RayRayyy today about those intros. He's uploaded all of those to his YouTube, and I know RayRayyy, you've got a YouTube that you're going to be starting up, getting things soon as well, and you've uploaded a lot of your stuff there as well.
It's just the songs on at the minute. I think it's just videos of the songs we've got on there at the minute. Nothing like no videos of anything like gameplay wise.
Yeah, if you get a chance, go onto YouTube, Lax4Thorn007. Check out his videos and stuff. Same for UncleRayRayyy, UncleRayRayyy on YouTube. Check out those songs from Kamito. Check them out on Bandcamp. Get the songs because they are absolutely fucking brilliant. I'll definitely listen to those a little bit more than is probably safe and healthy for me, truth be told.
Magnus is a streamer as well. I think his name's Dirty Santa 666. If you want to check him out.
Oh, is that who? Is it Dirty Santa?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that. Yes, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, check out Dirty Santa because he murdered me a couple of times on the Boom Boom Room. So
yeah, Dirty Santa. Yeah, I play with him, but he's called Cookie Monster when I play with him. But then
whoa! Stop there, Sunshine. Stop there. Are you trying to tell me that Magnus is Dirty Santa and is also Cookie?
Yeah, it's the same person.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, now you've blown my fucking mind. This is
so we got another one like Lax and like UncleRayRayyy, who's doing good characters in the game. That's awesome.
Yeah. I had no idea. That's legitimately blown my fucking mind.
Cookie.
That is I had no idea because I've sat and watched Dirty Santa. I've been in his streams. I've chatted to him. I've rated him. I had no idea all this time. It was
some of the best YouTube content is from people role playing in these characters. Like what's Deadly Slob's video where he played the junkie guy? What was that one? This guy basically just ran around harassing people for EpiPens and fucking meth. It was running around basically treating it like it was meth or something like that. But it was one of Deadly Slob's best DayZ videos. And it was the character. I should remember the name, but I can't. But yeah, just amazing.
Nice. I still can't. My brain's still not working from that revelation that Dirty Santa is Cookie. That's blown me.
I think he's
like the big reveal at the end of a movie.
I think he's Magnus when he wants to be like, chilled, and his Cookie when he wants to go around murdering everyone, which is why he's known as Cookie when he's with me.
And Tuck Taylor, you can link anything in here, mate. We don't care. We're all about the community on the podcast, mate. So if you know someone else who's a great RP guy to watch, link the channel. Link away. Anyone can shout out anyone. It's not just us doing a shout out. Give us a fucking shout out in chat as well. We'll consider it.
That's legit. That's thrown me for a fucking loop. I can't believe you've dropped that bomb on me in front of everyone, RayRayyy. That's fucking blown my mind. I never would have put two and two together. I never would have put two and two together and come up with that in a million years. Not a chance. That is actually incredible.
Broccoli Joe.
That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But we're moving on to sort of towards the end of the podcast now. We're taking a more serious tone. I'm gonna link something in both my chat and Boydie's chat, and I'll let Boydie be the one to sort of. Can
you bring it up on your screen?
I'm gonna share it as well, but I'll let you do the talking since it was you that sort of suggested it and knows what it's all about.
So for those who know me, they know that I served in the military for almost 10 years, and in the 1st Battalion where I served, we actually had a lot of Fijian soldiers. Who were Fijian, and they came over and they joined the Australian Army. So this tweet is more aimed at the people who live in the UK. But I read this story and it fucking just gutted me, absolutely gutted me. That the UK was also doing the same and recruiting soldiers from Fiji to come and serve for the British Defence Force. And they went overseas and fought with British soldiers. And then when they've come back, they were basically told, you do your time and you'll be given British citizenship. Well, it hasn't turned out to be that simple for some of them. And as you can imagine, with overseas service, a lot of them have come back with issues, whether it be PTSD or medical conditions or anything like that. And as it says here in the tweet by this Rosie Holt, one is even being charged £50,000 for NHS treatment for a brain tumour. It absolutely made me feel sick that, in today's day and age, soldiers are still being treated this way by the governments that use them to carry out their political will. So I don't know if there's anything you guys over there in the UK can do, but raise some hullabaloo, jump on the tweet that Brim has said there, raise some noise and read the article. And yeah, Nisha saying I did 12 years in the army and it took the Gurkhas a long time to get things sorted as promised as well. Yeah.
I actually got in a little bit of trouble once when I was, this is a fucking shit story I shouldn't really be saying live on stream to everyone, but fuck it, it's only going to look bad on me and no one else. About 15 years ago, I lived in a town, I was born and raised for the first sort of half of my life in a town called Basingstoke in Hampshire, not massively far from London. And we had some new neighbours move in about 2 doors down from us, and it was a family, a Gurkha family. The father had fought for the British forces, and I was primary school age, so I was I hadn't even hit puberty yet. That's the kind of age I was at. And when you're that age, you say, do, and act fucking stupidly. And one day I remember, to give context, my dad was military as well. He was Royal Air Force. He was in the Falkland Islands and Northern Ireland and a few other bits and bobs. So he knows his shit. So he's got a lot of knowledge with the Gurkhas and things. And I don't remember exactly how it came about, but I remember that the neighbours had already moved in. This lovely Gurkha family, and we were talking about them. We were saying, "Oh, did you see the new neighbours? Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I spoke to them the other day. This is who they are. Blah blah blah." And I made the comment, I called them gherkins, not Gurkhas, as in the pickle that you put in the top of a fucking burger, right? Theoretically, a harmless throwaway, stupid comment from a prepubescent twat. I'm now a post-pubescent, but still a twat. And my dad, holy shit, I have never in my life seen the look in that man's eyes. To this day, I will shit my pants thinking of that, and I am twice the size of my dad and could flatten him if I wanted to, but not that I would. But the look he gave me and the absolute fucking barrage of vitriol that he gave me out of his mouth that day was well justified. He fucking verbally laid into me, and he told me, he then explained to me the reason why I shouldn't have said what I said, and things like that. But yeah, them and the Fijians, they've done so much for the UK and with the UK armed forces and other armed forces around the world. They absolutely a gazillion % deserve infinitely better and infinitely more than they have got. And this tweet highlights that. And the tweet, if you actually click on the link that I posted, there's a secondary tweet by the same person, and it's a crowdfunder. It's crowdjustice.com, and it's going to tell us. It looks like, I haven't clicked on it yet, but it looks like it's going to tell a story of a specific person. It's going to give more info, and I would imagine more more information about it, places you can go. Nowadays you can start up petitions. I'm hoping there's links to those. I don't tend to really trust or read The Guardian often for many reasons, but at least they're doing the right thing and bringing this to attention. So yeah, it's
they're the most amazing soldiers, man. The Fijians are just the friendliest. And if you've ever known a Fijian, one of the things they love to do the most is have friends and family over and cook a big fucking feast and just so amazing. They're just the most lovely fucking people. And for them to be treated like this after having served for this country's military, it's like Grim says, it's so wrong. It's so wrong. So if there's anything any of you can do, whether it be donate to the crowdfunder or whatever, please do. Please do. This means the world to me.
I mean, like I've never been a political person, you know, and I know we all try and keep away from politic related shit on streams and YouTube videos, you know, but throughout history, I could give a shit less about government. I don't care about voting. I don't care about I don't care if it's Boris in power or someone else. Don't give a shit about Trump. Bollocks to a lot of them. They have no impact on me. I could care less. But at least once this year of 2020, I have actually been somewhat proud of the British government, and that was with part of their response to this global pandemic, implementing that all us Brits will know about the furlough scheme. I was laid off from work for like 6 months of this year, and in that 6 months, I had a paycheck and money go into my bank account from my employer every single month without fail. I did not lose out on a penny this year because the government introduced the furlough scheme and my boss helped with that. So that actually, for the first time, made me actually proud of my government, and to think my government's actually done something that has benefited me in a big way here. And now this is kind of shat on that. The fact that, granted, they kept me in a job, my boss helped a lot with that. I was proud of my government for that, but for this is just fucking ridiculous. Like these are men and women that have literally, some of them laid down their actual lives, physically died, protecting me, protecting my friends, my family, and some of them, unfortunately, have survived, but at quite a cost. And for the fact that my government is now not helping them the way they should, is fucking ridiculous. I genuinely cannot believe. I kind of fucking can, considering the government we've currently got, but I cannot believe that our government have gone to this point. The fact that it says there, the High Court rejects call for a judicial review of 8 veterans immigration case. So that's, the High Court is the highest fucking court in this country, in the UK. You doesn't go further than that. The only person above the High Court is the Queen, and the fact that it's that they are the ones that are rejecting just a simple call for a judicial review. They're not even saying no, we're not going to do it. They've literally said we don't even want to hear about it. Fuck off. Is what they've done for all intents and purposes.
I'm not into politics, and I don't do the whole politics thing, but a lot of these decisions are made by people that haven't worked a real day in their life. They all go to the same school, they all go to the same universities, they haven't got any real world experience. So when they're making decisions for Joe Blogs and haven't lived in Joe Blogs' shoes, you need some people that have actually worked a day in their lives to fucking be in the government, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. And like I say, it's a bit of a shitty note to kind of go towards the end of the podcast on, but it's a very important thing. It's a very important topic that needed bringing up.
We're here for Prime Minister. Come on, go on it.
Hey, you never know. At the age of nearly 29, you might get my first vote.
I've got one last shout out, mate. And I want to shout out to you. You have done a fucking amazing job tonight. Like you've done host before, but this was your first night. We've made a change, folks. This isn't the Boydie fucking 73 podcast. This is the DayZ podcast with me, Brim, Ben, and whoever else turns up as our guest or whatever. And previously, I've been doing most of the stuff, so it's all been my stuff. And I've said, well, no, we need to. Let the guys take more charge over their own show. And Brim did everything for tonight's show, and you have fucking nailed it, mate. You have done such a professional fucking effort tonight, mate. You've raised the bar for where I've got to go with my own fucking podcasting as well. So I think Ben's quivering because you're next, aren't you, Ben?
Brim!
There you go. I big you up, and UncleRayRayyy brings you back down to earth.
Wouldn't expect anything less. We got to keep everything on evil level peggings. But no, I think everyone knows. I think everyone in my fucking private life is absolutely sick of me and cannot wait for today to be over. Because all I've talked about for about 3 or 4 weeks is we're getting UncleRayRayyy on the podcast and it's on Halloween. I can't fucking wait. And I literally sat this week and I did the agenda and I fucking enjoyed it so much. But I literally sat there doing the agenda, putting it together, and my hand was doing that. Because I was like, Carl, I've got to get this right. It's so simple. It seems so fucking stupid to say. But I was actually really fucking nervous for some reason.
Is this the first time you've been like sort of in charge, is it?
No, that's the worst part. It's really not. I think I just love you. I think that's what it is. Maybe I'm just in love with you. And
you did one way back, like episode 7 or 6 or something, where you had to do
I did the one with Pathfinder Plays and Archie when we were talking about Dead Matter, because that was the day you were ill. You were looking like you were about to die on your stream. So you asked me to step in
that day, mate.
So yeah, no, I appreciate that. And like I say, it's weird because I jumped into this podcast on the first episode as pure chance, because at the time I knew of Boydie, but I didn't know Boydie particularly well. I knew the name and I knew the meaning behind it. I knew
there was a drama.
I didn't know the. Well, no, not even that. I just knew there's this streamer called Boydie who plays DayZ, who's very well known and somewhat, we learn now, somewhat well respected in the community. And it was actually Hellfire who messaged me and said, "Oh, have you seen what Boydie's put up?" I said, "Who the fuck's Boydie?" And he filled me in on the main details and said, "Look, he's doing this podcast thing." I said, "Mate, you should jump in on that. You want to get back into DayZ?" He was like, I can't do that, because obviously with his kids and things like that, his schedules just don't work out. So I just thought at that point, I wasn't even a Twitch affiliate. I hadn't even done 100 hours worth of streams yet. And I thought, do you know what? I'm a chuck in for it, because at the end of the day, the worst that can happen is I get a no and I carry on with my life as usual. And then I got chatting to Boyd and he's like, "Yeah, mate, come on the podcast. It'd be a good laugh. Like, I don't care whether you've got 1 million viewers or 1 viewer, however, whatever, jump on in." And since then, it has been a little passion project. It's been something that, I mean, this year, I think we can all agree, this year has been fucking wank for everyone. No matter where you're from, no matter who you love, this year has been a bag of shit. And I've always kind of prided myself on having quite a decent level of positive mental health. Well, nothing really gets to me, but this year's been a bit of a fucking struggle for me. I've had some really shit situations this year, and the podcast has given me something to look forward to every week. Whereas before it was, I've got to get up, I've got to go to work tonight, everyone's sneezing and dying, this is shite. Now I've actually got something to look forward to, and I do every week look forward to the podcast. So
same.
I can't thank you enough, Boydie, for agreeing to take some unknown twat like me on and let me chat shit for hours on end. And same with Ben. I've known Ben for longer than I've known you. First community I ever played in was Blue Waffle Attack Force. So much love to you guys for sort of giving me this little opportunity to chat the absolute shite that I frequently do.
That's what I love.
After listening to all that, I've got some bad news. I've had to demote Boydie from a DayZ elitist to a cocksucker along with Brimstone.
I'll fucking take it. I'll take it and I'll enjoy it. Don't see why not.
Fuck it, I'll get a room, fuck me.
Fucking cancelling my subscription straight away. Fuck you. No, but on a serious note, I really appreciate every week we're here, guys. Same time every week. Yeah. I will put a caveat, though. We are starting an hour earlier in the UK than normal. 2 p.m., not 3 p.m. now. It threw me as well. Your comment in Discord is what threw me, Ben. Because I forgot. I was like, 2 p.m. start? Where the fuck has Ben got this idea? And that's when I jumped into Boydie's chat. I was like, and then Boydie was like, "Oh, I've got to go and start getting ready for the podcast at 1:30." And he was like, "Oh no, actually, Brim's doing it. It's all right." I was like, "I still think you've still got an hour and a half. So what the fuck? Even if I wasn't hosting,
I got in 20 minutes before the cast."
I was like, "Oh, fucking daylight savings throwing me off, changing me clocks back. Shocking behaviour."
Ray, mate, you're a fucking legend. I've loved having you on the podcast, mate. You're down to earth. You're my kind of person, mate.
It's been different, yeah. I mean, I'm normally screaming my head off running around murdering people, so it's been different. I've enjoyed it. Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
To be fair, I lobbied to have you on for a while, for obviously because I am a Rayyy fan. I'll freely admit that, but also I knew having you on was going to be a good laugh, and it was gonna be something different. It wasn't going to be the usual, sort of sit and chat about stuff. There was going to be something extra with it, and the little cameo from Mini RayRayyy earlier was the icing on top of the cake, because we all love Mini RayRayyy. Let's be honest. So no, I really do appreciate you coming on, RayRayyy, and obviously Ben and Boyd.
Keep the mask on; it looks better.
Much appreciated, everyone. Obviously, jumping by my normal hosts, Boydie and Ben, here for helping me out every week and keeping me somewhat sane. I won't say fully sane at this point. And obviously, we appreciate all you guys in the chat. So whether you're in Boydie's chat, my chat, Ben's chat, a guest chat, whatever it is, you come in, you swing by, you give your opinions, you give us talking points. Obviously, we've got our podcast Discord, where every week you can suggest topics that you would like us to talk about on the following week's podcast. Next week's going to be another banger of a podcast. I've already spoken to our guest. I'm going to speak to him again this week. But we have John McLean, also known as Benny, who is the creator of the Deer Isle modded map.
And who's hosting?
We have him on. Host is me again, apparently, from what I see in Discord. If someone else wants to take it, I'm down for someone else to do it. Not a problem.
Yours.
But yeah, we've got Benny coming on. I know I've got a few people I've spoken to who are interested in that, who run servers on the Deer Isle map. I'm really interested because I found some sneaky little things on the Deer Isle map recently that I want to bring up to him. So that's going to be another great podcast. Being able to shine that light on an unsung person such as him, who's free time and probably cost him God knows what to create a map completely off his own back. We get to shout out the smaller people a little bit every week, so that's always brilliant. But you can find me on Twitter, on Twitch as Brimstone Live. You can find me on YouTube. I wouldn't bother, I don't post very much, but that's Brimstone Games if you fancy it. It's always got my ugly mug somewhere. Obviously, we all know where we can find Boydie and Ben. Find UncleRayRayyy on his channel in various places. The Wiidevil, Boydie73. It's all a good laugh. We'll be back same time next week, if I remember that it's 2 o'clock and not 3 o'clock, and I don't sleep in after work. Fingers fucking crossed. But thank you guys all for joining. I'm going to end it there and disappear because I'm starving, fucking hungry, and I'm fat, so I need food. And but thank you, RayRayyy, for coming on and being the greatest guest for a Halloween that we could ever hope for.
No worries. I appreciate that invite.
It was a great laugh. It was one that I've been looking forward to for a good month or more. So it's really made.
Shout out to
the nurses at
Bukaki Asylum for allowing Uncle on our side of his normal medicated hours.
Yeah. And in fact,
there's Bukaki.
They've been model guests. They have.
there was actually one thing I forgot that I'm gonna bring up, and I'm really sorry if this offends anyone or from RayRayy's camp. But I've got to throw this up because I received a DM on Twitter today. I'm guessing RayRayyy knows a little bit about this from Dr. Crazy.
Yeah, the doctor did say something.
My patient, 6969, resident of the Bukaki Asylum, is attending your podcast. And a little message there. So I'll leave that on screen for a minute for people to have a little laugh and a little look.
I'll read it out for those who are watching on a phone or something like that. Hello, my patient 6969, resident of Bukaki Asylum, is attending your podcast tomorrow. I must warn you, this patient is the most violent, psychotic and deranged individual that I have experienced in a career spanning 25 years dealing with the most severe cases. We allow the patient to carry out atrocities on DayZ so that something far, far worse doesn't transpire in reality. As human contact is limited with patient code named UncleRayRayyy, I express that you adhere to and address the following ground rules with the audience. Do not look into his eyes directly. No inflammatory remarks regarding the Hawaiian shirts. Absolutely no information about the outside world. Oh, fuck, we failed all three so far. Do not agree to visit the glory hole. I don't even want to know what that's about. No circumstances are you to state the hair is a wig, as this is the scalp taken from his uncle, his uncle's uncle, his uncle's uncle. All the best, stay safe, and may God take care of your souls.
I just love it. I just love the fact that, like, throughout the whole of 2020, I have maybe received 10 or less DMs on Twitter for various whatever things. That was by far the one I was not expecting and absolutely fucking loved. That was brilliant. That made me. I physically cried laughing reading that today.
Doctor got that crazy.
Oh, that doctor's the man. The doctor and the nurses are the way forward. So yeah, no, that I just wanted to give that last little shout, that last little giggle at the end there, because that sums it up. That sums up one of the best podcasts I think we could ever hope to do. So thank you everyone for stopping by for the podcast. Same time, same places next week. Well, like I say, we've got Benny from the Deer Isle creator coming on next week, so make sure you don't miss that. I'll be streaming it. Boydie will be streaming it as always. Ben, I'm sure, will be streaming it, and we'll get some conversations going and see how we get on. But Ray, thank you so much for being an awesome guest this week, mate. Really appreciate it, and I will obviously see you in your streams in the next few days. So terrible. I love it. But thank you, everyone. That is the end. We're off, and I will catch you in the next couple of days.
See you later.
Take it easy, everyone. It's been a minute.
No.
Take it easy.
Ciao for now.